And I take care of my dad. I take care of things at work. The groceries, the cleanups, the meltdowns, the doctor's visits, the family events, mealtimes, bedtimes. I take care of all the things everyone else needs. But I haven't made time to take care of what I need.
Family caregivers are often overloaded. It can feel overwhelming and exhausting. It's no surprise that millions of caregivers experience symptoms of anxiety and depression every year. But help is available, because there may only be one you, but you don't have to do it alone. Head to mentalhealthcareworks.org. That's mentalhealthcareworks.org to learn how to get the support you deserve, because mental health care works when you make the call. If you're experiencing a mental health crisis or thoughts of suicide, dial 988, a message from the American Psychiatric Association Foundation.
You're listening to the new 1017 The Truth, founded in partnership with American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. 1017 FM, 1510 AM, WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. The place for the realest conversations.
I appreciate United Garden Homes for stopping through with a check for $2,000.
Yes.
Some people came through anonymously.
Yes.
Dropped off money. The family has received those funds. And whatever you can do, if everybody do a little, nobody has to do a lot.
The movement continues.
What are some of the conditions in the jail that got people upset, like the living conditions on a day-to-day basis?
We'll come out our cell at 11 o'clock in the morning. We'll get food and we'll get medication. So that shortens the time. Out of those 2 hours, we'll probably get an hour out, and then we'll have to lock back down. And by lock back down, I mean we stay in our cell. We get fed in our cell. We don't come out our cell at all, and that's pretty much the biggest problem. And they simply say that they're short-staffed, but that's not enough, because they knew that they were going to be short-staffed. Like, this has been a problem for over 2 years now.
The marathon continues.
There's never been a better time to make change in the city of Milwaukee, starting with the youth. And we talked about the housing. Willie Hines, y'all boy Willie Hines, and they trying to change the leadership over there. We got our hands full, and it's not the time. But we got attorney B. Ivy Lamar on the lines right now, calling from the courthouse. How you doing, attorney B. Ivy Lamar?
Hey, what's going on, Tory? I'm good, man. Happy to be here.
Joining me on the line, Dr. Umar Johnson. How you doing, brother, Dr. Umar Johnson?
Peace and Pan-Africanism, good brother Black Power, all my brothers and sisters in Milwaukee, Kenosha, Green Bay, Racine, and across the state of Wisconsin.
Yo, peace, King. I'm going to stand with you and walk with you, brother.
God bless you.
Because I think it's an important thing, what you're doing, and you need to have the support of the community. Regardless if we live in these areas or not, it all affects us in one way or shape or form.
It's time for that action and all the smoke. This is the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association award-winning Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on YouTube.
Man, best show in the world, bro. You got the best show in the world. I hope you know that, man.
God bless you, brother. I appreciate that.
Big up to you both. Thank you so much. Tory, you spoke to my kids. Liz, you did too. But you spoke to my kids, and when I tell you both that they was talking about what we did earlier that morning all day, that's literally what they was doing. They was talking about it all day. My son was just hollering, awesome. Where's Tory? Like,
I wanted to make sure that I let you know that to hear a person and have a person like you in this community, the way that you are selfless, the way that you give, even when your cup is not even full, you are filling other people's cup. And that just inspires me to want to make sure that I help you the best way that I can by doing my part.
As always, my good brother, stay cool, stay calm, stay focused.
Now, live from the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is the king of talk radio, Tory Lowe.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth, from 1 to 4. We about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah.
Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready, we ready.
101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. And I'm here for the action.
And nothing but that action.
And I want all the smoke.
Who wants the smoke today?
Salute to all my brothers and sisters on the front lines. The marathon continues.
The movement continues.
How y'all doing out there in Radio Land? How y'all doing in the chat? We got another powerful show for you this Friday. So I'm gonna need y'all to open up your ears, okay? Thank you for joining me this Friday, March 27, 2026. Hey, look, we got a lot to cover, a lot of stories that we didn't get to this week. You know, we gotta try to get it all in. It's gonna be a jam-packed show today, so hold on tight. Hold on tight. Also, we want to make sure that everybody know that the Analysis Live, one of the biggest nights in Wisconsin sports, is tonight. And look, you don't want to miss out on it. We got the 2-for-1 going. Buy one ticket at ESPN Wisconsin is going to buy the other ticket. Go to TALiveshow.com. That's where you get your tickets. Enter code ESPN WIBOGO. That's ESPN WIBOGO. When you get to the checkout, and you'll get the 2-for-1. You do not want to miss this show. Ric Flair is the special guest. It will be down at the Riverside Theater. So once again, go to TALiveshow.com. Once again, we got the 2-for-1 special. You get one ticket, and then you enter in code ESPN WIBOGO, and you will get 2-for-1. It's gonna be powerful. Andrew, you're gonna be in the building tonight.
Oh yeah, you will be there too, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna be in the building tonight. It's gonna be powerful. You know, salute to all of the teammates that made this show happen. Salute to the Analysis Live show. Always doing it big, unpredictable show. A lot of guests swinging through. Before we had Giannis, Bobby Portis, Stephen A. You just never know who's going to be in the building tonight. But our featured guest tonight for the Analysis Live is, Ric Flair. I can't wait to hear it. I can't wait to see him. The Nature Boy. You know, that was one of my favorite wrestlers. It was one of my favorite wrestlers. I think he's right there with Hulk Hogan for setting the stage for professional wrestling. Ric Flair. Like, a lot of people will debate who is bigger, Hulk Hogan or Ric Flair. But Ric Flair brought a whole nother vibe to wrestling. And we like him. I mean, you know, rappers like him. Everybody like Ric Flair. Ric Flair's had many songs made about him. You know what I mean? So salute to Ric Flair for coming through the city. He'll be in this city tonight. Go to TALiveshow.com where you can get the tickets. Go to TALiveshow.com and enter in code ESPN WIBOGO and get 2 for the price of 1. Also, don't forget that we have the cleanup coming up April 18th, Truth Nation. We got to make sure that y'all go to ToryLoweCleanup.com and register to volunteer. Salute to everybody that's registering to volunteer. It's going to be a massive event this year, April 18th. We're going to be outside serving the community, doing our best to beautify the city. I cannot wait to see Truth Nation outside. See, I like talking on the air, but I like to see those that are on the front lines, those that are willing to do the work in the street. I love it. It's no better feeling than to see the brothers and sisters that's willing to do the work. And this is going to be one of the bigger cleanups that we didn't had in 5 years. We got a lot of things going. Salute to MMSD, our presenting sponsor, for coming out. We're going to have where you can drop off, the hazardous things in your house, in your garage as well. I cannot wait to get together and make sure that we do our due diligence. Starting out the beginning of the year, a lot of bad things we've been hearing in the city, but this is one of the positive events. It's the spring cleaning event. Also, if you don't make it out to the cleanup, which you should make it out to the cleanup, because there's going to be a lot of people out there, a lot of networking going on, a lot of powerful, strong-minded individuals out there to clean up this year. But what another thing is, if you don't get to the cleanup, get a bag of trash off the block. Tag Tory Lowe on social media. The Clean Your Hood Challenge is always something that's been amazing to see. People getting out, organizing in their neighborhoods, these cleanups right at the same time so everybody can see the city looking beautiful. We're trying to beautify our city, and we're trying to let everybody know, hey, look, don't drop no paper on the ground, because we out here doing the cleanups. We out here working together. We out here developing our community ourselves, and it starts with cleaning up. Many times people say, what do you do next? Let me tell you something. You get out to the cleanups, you ain't got to worry about what to do next. Because folks who are out here active, they always got something to do. And they always aiming for the next positive thing to do. So I don't never have to ask what's next, because I'm plugged in to the front lines. Everybody on the front lines got a lot of stuff they do annually now on the front line. So you going to have your hands full making your way around to a lot of different ideas, because people do work. They do get out here and work. So the energy is big energy. That's what they say, that big energy. We got Sincere Running Ray Real in chat. Said, that's what's up, T-Lo. Let people know that big energy going to be outside April 18th. And like I said, all you got to do is catch the wave. Get on the frequency. Be about that action. You'll never have to ask another question again. Like I got my hands full so much that I got to kind of chill out a little bit, because it's so much going on. Like, so if you don't know what's going on, that means you're not plugged in. You got to plug in to get on the front lines. You got to be about that action, and then you're going to see the path. It's right there. It's not hidden. It's just that you're not looking that way. It's nothing. It's you just not doing nothing. Like I always tell people, like, there's no way that somebody's standing there wondering what to do when there's so much to do, and there's a lot of people out here doing it. Understand what I'm saying, Truth Nation? You just got to plug yourself into, stop looking at the distraction and look at the action. Stop being distracted and get active. That's it. It's simple. It's just that simple. But who we got in the chat? Who we got in the chat? SC, Josh is in the chat. Who else? Kawanda, I see you in the chat. Salute to Sincere Running Ray Real in the chat. Anita, thank you for joining the chat today. Hey, look, we got another powerful show. When we come back, we got to get to it. We got to get to it. It's Friday. We ain't going to leave nothing on the table. We try not to leave no stories that we didn't get to on the table this Friday. Truth Nation, stay locked in.
And that's Tory Lowe, bringing you all the action and all the smoke.
Brew Crew Tuesdays are back on March 31st.
Churio sends it deep to left, and there she goes.
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they battle the Tampa Bay Rays.
And Yelich launches one deep right center field. Forget about it. Oh, my goodness. Third deck.
This edition of Brew Crew Tuesdays is presented by Delta Dental of Wisconsin. Tune in March 31st at 6:40 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee, or check your local listings to watch the game.
Hi, this is Sherwin Hughes from 1017 The Truth, and I want to talk to you about something bigger than just buying a house. I'm talking about building a legacy. Owning a home isn't just about four walls and a roof. It's about giving your kids a place where memories are made, where birthdays are celebrated, and where they always belong. It's about planting roots, knowing your neighbors, waving from the porch, and being a part of a community that feels like family. If you've been renting and wondering if home ownership is even possible, Axe Housing is here to work with you. An Axe Housing coach will help you create a plan, a budget, and move step by step toward owning a place you can truly call your own. They've already helped over 4,000 families become homeowners, and many are paying less than they were paying for rent. Don't let where you are today stop your family's tomorrow. Start your journey at axhousing.org. That is ACTS housing.org. Your legacy begins at home.
Need to look your best for a special occasion? You need the $100 hookup. This incredible deal includes a marvelous suit, shirt, and tie, all for $100. Only at Nick Cavani's, home of the $100 hookup. And that isn't limited to some standard stock suit. You'll be pleased by the top quality and variety of fashion offered at Nick Cavani's. No matter the occasion, maybe you're just ready for a fresh, new stylish look. Get hooked up today at Nick Cavani's in Mayfair Mall and at nickcavani's.com.
Natural gas is a clean, reliable, and convenient source of energy delivered directly to you through underground pipelines. The pipeline system has an excellent safety record, but there are clues that can help you identify a potential hazard. If you smell the strong odor of rotten eggs, hear an unusual hissing sound, or see blowing dirt or debris, it could be a natural gas leak. Leave the area immediately and call We Energies at 800-261-5325.
We Energies. People you can trust. Energy you can depend on.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Happy kids heal faster, and that's why Starlight is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids across the U.S. Learn how at starlight.org.
Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Tory Lowe, Tory Lowe, Tory Lowe, Tory Lowe, Tory Lowe, Tory Lowe. Advocate, Tory Lowe, Tory Lowe. We can handle this situation two ways, the low way or the slow way. Let's go. Tory Lowe, Mr. 888, Mr. 5 points. Get it straight, advocate, Tory Lowe.
1017 The Truth. Hey, look, I want to head down to New Orleans. If y'all got kids that's playing this game, Roblox, y'all got to be careful because a lot of y'all let y'all kids sit on this game, Roblox, and y'all give them cards to, to keep money on the card and to play Roblox. But they just found out of New Orleans a Roblox programmer accused of having child pornography. I mean, I hope he didn't get it from the kids in the Roblox game. I mean, this is terrible. This is terrible. This is why I try to tell y'all to make sure y'all watch these games, because if they can talk and communicate, there's a lot of pedophiles in there. A lot of those ain't kids up in that game. A lot of these pedophiles that's trying to get closer to these kids up in these games, giving these kids skins and stuff, like giving them gifts and stuff like that. Ain't no telling what they doing if you ain't supervising a lot of the games that these kids is playing. Once again, in New Orleans, Roblox programmer accused of charges including child pornography. We got video if you're watching this rebroadcast live. Let's listen.
In tonight's crime report, a 30-year-old man and alleged Roblox programmer faces dozens of child sex crime charges. The Louisiana Attorney General's office says Jamie Bourne possessed child pornography, and he's also accused of trafficking or importing a child sex doll. Bourne was booked in Orleans Parish. He's being held on a $2.5 million bond.
Wow. Now, here we go. Getting those dolls, the child, beyond weirdo, beyond creepy, and they programming these Roblox games. These are the people that's setting up these games, luring your kid deep into the game, and with a sick, sinister mind frame, building this game. Hey, Andrew, you play Roblox?
No, that was before my time or after my time.
What was your game in your time? What was your big deal?
I guess Madden. I guess we play a lot of Madden.
Yeah, Madden was my thing. Yeah, Madden online. That was my thing. Madden. Never got into 2K. But Madden for sure. I was a big Madden fan. Also, I want to head over to Chicago while we got time because Elizabeth Brown sent me this story, and it's a new drug on the streets of Chicago. It's so new that they don't even have the test for it. They don't even have the test for it, and it's spreading. And I want to bring it to Milwaukee because you know Chicago right down the street. Chicago only an hour and a half, 2 hours away, depending on if you got the lead foot. You know what I mean? If you speeding down there, you might could get down there in an hour and a half. But like I said, this is right next door to us. A new drug on the streets. They saying that it's dangerous, and it's causing a lot of overdose. If you're watching this rebroadcast live, we're going to head over to what's going on in Chicago. Let's listen.
According to the CDC's latest report, overdose deaths overall began declining in 2023. But there's one area that's still cause for concern, one where they saw a significant increase. That's overdose deaths involving carfentanil.
Carfentanil is a synthetic opioid, just like fentanyl. It's usually used as a tranquilizing agent for large mammals like elephants. So you can just imagine the impact that it can have on a human body.
Although rare, the CDC's report found the number of overdose deaths involving carfentanil more than tripled in the last year in 37 states. Illinois had one of the highest totals.
We say that fentanyl is about 100 times more potent than morphine and about 50 times more potent than heroin. And carfentanil is even 100 times more potent than fentanyl. So we're talking about extreme potency compared to heroin.
The CDC says overdose deaths could substantially increase if carfentanil further infiltrates the drug supply. It was previously found from 2016 to 2017, but only in local outbreaks. Now it's in dozens of states from coast to coast.
We seized a significant amount of drugs that contain carfentanil both in Wisconsin and Indiana. Most of the seized drug exhibits that we're analyzing and processing that have carfentanil are mixed in with a various amount of other narcotics, whether it's cocaine or meth or fentanyl.
Dr. Amit Gupta is an ER physician who also specializes in addiction medicine at Loyola Medicine. He says treating overdoses has gotten harder.
The issue with these more potent opioids like fentanyl and carfentanil is it requires a lot higher doses than naloxone that we traditionally used before.
While having to administer more naloxone doesn't hurt the body, Dr. Gupta says the issue is if a patient has had low oxygen, it's taking longer to reverse the overdose, and that could lead to brain damage.
So there really never has been a more...
Wow. This carfentanil. I've never heard of this. But salute to Elizabeth Brown. Brought this to my attention. I guess they've been talking about this for a while now. And like I said, if y'all out there and y'all using, just say no to drugs. First of all, say no to drugs. I mean, I always tell people it's better to say no to drugs, especially if you're getting it off the street. You don't even know what this person then came and took no shower, just dropping off drugs at your house. And since you may be addicted to it, you don't even know what they even put in it. You don't even know. You don't even know what they put in it if it's coming from the pharmaceutical company. But you know if they making it in their house, or if this is coming from somebody's house, ain't no telling what you consuming. They gonna sprinkle it with whatever. They gonna put up whatever little splatter they want to put on it, and then they bagging it up, and now you consuming it. That's all I'm saying. I would if I was somebody that was out here, I would try to get off of drugs. I mean, the goal is to be drug free, but if you go and use, you got to make sure that you careful because overdosing is a real reality. It's a real reality out here, and like I said, this carfentanil, I haven't even heard of this. So every other year is something coming out that's gonna kill you, or that's killing folks. Say no to drugs. But if you can't say no to drugs, keep your what they say, keep your head on the swivel, because it's some evil people out here doing stuff to whatever you call street drugs, and I wouldn't trust it. I wouldn't trust it. It ain't like these people trustworthy like that. They just trying to get some money, and maybe at the expense of you overdosing. A bad batch. Get out here and ruin your life forever. I don't know. But like I said, I can say that because I'm not addicted. But for those that are addicted, hey, make sure that you do your due diligence or whatever you try to do to keep yourself safe. Make sure you do it. There's a lot of things out here. People are giving out safety ideas for those that are out here doing drugs. I seen a kit that they had a couple years ago. They was giving out the kit to try to keep people safe. And then the stuff that revives you, I forgot what they call it when the smelling salts and the things like that. They got all of that out there in the machines. Yeah, Narcan. I don't know why it was slipping my mind. Narcan is out here too, so I think that you can get that from the fire department or something like that. They'll give it to you just so you can have on hand. If I was doing drugs right now, I'd keep me some kind of Narcan on the side. I mean, if this is what you're doing, I say try to kick out of it. Try to just put the pipe down, drop all of that drug stuff and try to, move into, a better, healthier way of living. But if not, just be careful because people are dropping dead. People are losing their lives over these street drugs. And this carfentanil, we was talking about fentanyl last time. Now we got carfentanil, and I guess it's kind of, what if you mix the two together? What if somebody just get wacky and just sprinkle a little bit on there like salt and pepper, sprinkle it on the drug? Okay, well, damn. Hey, also, there was something, and y'all do we got time for this story, Andrew? Oh, we got 60 seconds. Oh, I guess we ain't got time for this story, but I guess I'll have to bring it up after the pop culture report because this story was crazy. Quadruple amputee was charged with murder. No arms, no legs, but he out here killing people. That's crazy. It's something in the water. It sounds like something is going on. A quadruple amputee has been arrested in Maryland. When we get done with the pop culture report, we're gonna bring that back up at 2:00. Hey, look, when we come back, we'll have a pop culture report, Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
The legendary Broadway show is back. The Wiz.
He's on down.
The Chicago Sun-Times raves. It's an eye-popping, high-intensity revival. The music, the voices, the legend returns. Entertainment Weekly says, run, don't ease on down to this spectacular revival. The Wiz. Playing the Marcus Center, March 24th through 29th. Tickets at marcuscenter.org.
70 million people in the U.S. have learning and thinking differences, like ADHD and dyslexia. Each has their own story. This is ours. At first, I thought it was just a phase. Then schoolwork became a struggle. Emotions got bigger, and my kids started falling behind. I felt alone, like I was lost in the dark trying to find answers. Then I learned about Understood.org, a nonprofit empowering parents and kids like us. It was like we had a light to show us the path ahead. Whenever new challenges came up, their guidance helped us figure out our next step. We still have tough days, but now we have direction. And I have the tools and resources I need to help my child thrive. No matter where you are on the path, Understood can help you keep moving forward. Visit understood.org/yourpath today.
Real talent is defined by what people can do, not where they learn to do it. So by stopping at the education section of a resume, you might throw away the perfect hire. You might miss someone who has valuable skills to offer to help your business thrive right now and in the future. Because the truth is this: Skills First Hiring helps you see talent others miss, like more than 70 million stars, skilled through alternative routes. When you let their story unfold, you gain a competitive advantage because hiring managers who start with skills are 60% more likely to find a successful hire. See the real person, complete. See what others miss. Hire skills first. Learn why it's a competitive advantage at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
This True Sports Update is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Andrew Zimmel. Brewers baseball is back with a big win, 14-2, to open the season against the Chicago White Sox on opening day Thursday. Manager Pat Murphy's happy with Jacob Mizorowski's first time starting on opening day.
I think he did some really good things, and he matured, which we're hoping for. And, I think that's the things to get excited about, what it means for the future.
Mizorowski's first start of the season, 11 strikeouts with 1 earned run. The Brewers pitching staff finished with 20 strikeouts overall in the game. Next up for the Brew Crew is a 6:10 first pitch Saturday against the Chicago White Sox. And Wisconsin's men's hockey with a win last night, 5-1 over Dartmouth in the NCAA tournament. It was the Badgers' first tournament win since 2010. They move on to the regional finals, 1 win away from the Final Four. This True Sports Update was powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Andrew Zimmel.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Pop Culture Report brought to you by Tory Lowe and Andrew in studio. Before we get into the Pop Culture Report, I do want to talk about the verses that took place that hardly a lot of people didn't really, the promotion must have been low on it because somebody had to tag me in it. I didn't even know this was going on. The verses between Tyrese and Tank from Milwaukee. Tank is a native of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Salute. Give Tank a round of applause for representing the city last night. Salute to Tank. I think I seen a post where Homer Blow said that Tank won. Tank won the verses. I think Tank did a better job of presenting R&B last night. I think Tyrese was probably way more popular as far as he had a more popular catalog. I think that Tank, when it came to R&B and entertainment, I think he had a little bit better sportsmanship in the verses. And, a lot of people just going to be Tyrese because Tyrese is probably just a bigger star. And they probably don't know a lot about Tank, because Tyrese was in Transformers. He was in Fast and the Furious, outside of singing. So I've just seen a lot of just fanned out people. But if you go as far as like performance and the way Tank was dressed and the quality that was given from Tank, I think Tank gave a better show in the verses. But let me know what y'all think if y'all in the chat. Who won the verses last night? Who won the verses? Josh says, I seen some recap. It looked like Tank won and Tyrese was a sore loser. I'll say this. Tyrese came out thugged out. He had brought Chingy out. His first song, he was, cussing and being aggressive. But I guess that's what he was calling Black Tie. He got an alter ego called Black Tie. So I guess Black Tie came out. Not the Tyrese that was singing on the commercial on the bus when he first started. Now he got the Black Tie out there. But I'll say this: it was good because both of them can sing. Both Tyrese and Tank can sing, so it was a good night for R&B. I'll say that R&B ain't been hidden for a while now. I mean, you don't see or hear a lot of good R&B albums. I guess at this point, this generation think Chris Brown, is R&B.
I would say so.
Chris Brown, but like I said, this was amazing. A lot of good R&B. Whatever's left of it, right now it's just, you don't hear a lot of R&B on the radio anymore. It's just, I call it pop. I think a lot of the R&B we listen to now is they're trying to make a lot of these black singers go pop. But hey, let me know how you feel about it in the chat. If you watch the verses and you got an opinion on it, 833-212-1017. I want to know how you feel about it. I believe that Tank had the better show. I think that Tank put on the better performance. But as far as songs that I knew, I only knew a few Tank songs, but I knew a lot of Tyrese songs. Because, you know, on Valentine's Day, I'd have listened to the whole thing, no skip. Just Tank singing, the way he performed, the way he executed his verses. I like the way he put that together. Salute to the hometown Tank. Not just because he hometown, but I'm going to tell you this. Tank been in the game for a long time.
It's 01, right?
Huh?
I think his debut album was 01.
I think it was 2001, 2002, something like that. But I like the fact that R&B was on display last night. You don't hear a lot of love songs no more. You don't hear a lot of love in the songs no more. Now it's like, okay, if you don't give me what I want, I'm about to bounce on you. I'm about to bounce and take your friend. This is the R&B nowadays. Like, you get the R&B thug type rap now, singing, I'm the baddest dude in the building, but I can break dance and sing.
So I was going to ask that because right now on the R&B charts, The Weeknd is the #1 charting quote unquote R&B artist.
I don't consider The Weeknd R&B.
Yeah. Okay.
I consider Weeknd a pop star.
Yeah.
Hey, but let me know what y'all think. If y'all watched the verses last night, hit me up. We'll take a couple calls on that. But what else is going on in these pop culture streets, Andrew?
Well, it's the NFL offseason, which means somebody's getting in trouble, Tory. Puka Nacua, the latest NFL star. You know, he had an incredible year this past year for the Rams. It's not looking good for Nacua. A woman in L.A. filed a civil lawsuit against Puka Nacua, alleging the Rams wide receiver made, quote, unprovoked anti-Semitic statements. We knew about that. The big reveal is that he bit her, Tory. He bit her shoulder. Yes.
He pulled a Marv Albert.
He pulled, more than Marv.
What?
He tried to take a bite out of the apple. Yeah.
Marv bit the lady back in the day, Marv Albert, the broadcaster that used to do all of the basketball games. He bit a woman too.
Yeah, I think
back in the day.
A little sensual. This one looked like Jaws.
No.
Yeah.
He was trying to bite her.
Trying to bite her. Yeah. So TMZ has a good photo. We'll try to get it up here soon. Of the bite mark on this woman, Tory. It's not pretty. So the civil lawsuit cites that there is violence, assault and battery, negligence. He said a bunch of very disruptive things about a Jewish community, obviously.
I wonder why he was doing that.
Well, so he's had this thing in the last couple months, ever since the Super Bowl, where he was on a Twitch streamer stream doing some anti-Semitic remarks, making some very
what was he talking about, the war?
No,
was he talking about Israel? Was he talking about what was going on in the Gaza Strip? What was he talking about?
The quote he yelled at this lady, Tory, was F all the Jews.
Oh wow.
So not great. Nothing political standing there.
But why is he on this rampage?
So that's the question.
What is his point?
So that's the question. So CTE has been being batted around here amongst the NFL fan base. You remember Antonio Brown had a spotless record before he got absolutely demolished over the middle by Burfitt for the Cincinnati Bengals, the linebacker. People are wondering now if Puka Nacua is just the latest of these NFL wide receivers who maybe got banged up a little bit too much.
Now, I'll say this. It sounds like the same excuse they gave the guy with Tourette's to me, the PR. You know what I mean? And they saying that he had Tourette's. He didn't know he didn't know what he was doing at, X, Y, and Z. But I think that's just marketing. I think that's marketing. When they say Puka did this and this is what he's saying, usually when you talk about Jewish culture, it derives from a rooted idea in his mind. So I'm just trying to figure out what that is.
You know what they say when somebody has a little bit too much to drink, Tory, and they say I
don't care how much I've ever drunk. I've never blurted out weird stuff about people. Well, it's got to be in you to come out. That's all I'm saying.
The line is that it's drunk words, sober thoughts. So maybe this has always been in Puka, and this is just what's unlocking it potentially. But I don't know if I want to give him the excuse. I think you're right about that, where you say hey, this is all marketing, this is all a little PR action, trying to make up for some of the bad decisions that he's making. But you have to think he's not the first NFL player who's kind of gone through this, where it's 2, 3, 5 years ago, we thought of Puka as just this nice kid. Now all of a sudden he's having all these weird situations.
And it could be because of the hits going over the middle.
Exactly. He's not the type of receiver that defends his body very well either. He's the type of receiver that, if he sees a linebacker, he might try to lower his shoulder, might fight for the extra yards. It's just all of this is kind of coming to a head now, especially as the NFL deals with another bargaining agreement coming up in a couple of years.
Mo the Elephant says Tua has a concussion issue, yet he does not do stupid stuff on a regular basis.
Yeah, or maybe a little media training too. The difference there. My question to you then is, do you worry about this type of stuff when you think about your Green Bay Packers? Do you think about this type of stuff when you watch the Wisconsin Badgers? Like
I said, I've talked to William Henderson, and he said he has CTE too. And he was the fullback of the Green Bay Packers. And when I talked to him, he was suffering from what he called CTE and was getting tested at the time when I was talking to him, and I got to meet him and his dad. But what I'm saying is, this is a real thing that can happen when you're colliding with people in the NFL. A lot of times those helmets are protection, but a collision can shake your brain. You know what I mean? Like just a real hard hit or a real tough contact situation can cause CTE. And if you're doing it all the time and it's not... Now they got more protocols out here. They do protocols now that if you got a concussion, they'll take you out the game. And, I remember I was watching a game. I think it was a Packer game. I think Jordan Love, they thought he had a concussion because of a hit. But look at the pressure of the game, and of the medical team to get you back out there. Even though they have to follow these protocols, I'm wondering they'd be like, well, we ain't going to say it's a concussion until after the game.
Well, I just think, too, there was times with Julian Edelman for the Patriots that I remember that he told a story on his podcast that, him and Danny Amendola, if they got a concussion, they would tap each other on the helmet and be like, hey, get me out of here before the medical team is the one that sees me with this concussion. Yeah, so players are kind of helping players a little bit in that way, too, kind of disguise
I got to get the bonus.
Yeah, I got to get the extra catches.
I gotta get the bonus. I got to get I got to hit my mark.
Dangerous game to play.
It is.
They say every day. They say every NFL game is like getting in a car crash.
Hey. Well, look, when we come back, we'll have more Pop Culture Report, Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
I travel all around the world, Dr. Ken, and when I tell you, based on my experiences, this is like the number one country that cares. Like everything is about money. Yep. Everything.
This is The Truth Unfiltered with Denise Thomas and Dr. Ken Harris.
I've told people in the past, you have to be careful of what you complain about and what you use as a tool because other people will take it and use it in the wrong way.
Sundays starting at 7 on 620 WTMJ and Mondays at 6 on 1017 The Truth.
Hi, this is Sherwin Hughes from 1017 The Truth, and I want to talk to you about something bigger than just buying a house. I'm talking about building a legacy. Owning a home isn't just about four walls and a roof. It's about giving your kids a place where memories are made, where birthdays are celebrated, and where they always belong. It's about planting roots, knowing your neighbors, waving from the porch, and being a part of a community that feels like family. If you've been renting and wondering if home ownership is even possible, Axe Housing is here to work with you. An Axe Housing coach will help you create a plan, a budget, and move step by step toward owning a place you can truly call your own. They've already helped over 4,000 families become homeowners, and many are paying less than they were paying for rent. Don't let where you are today stop your families tomorrow. Start your journey at axehousing.org. That is ACTShousing.org. Your legacy begins at home. I'm Sherwin Hughes, and I know the power of Stars and Stripes Honor Flight firsthand. As someone who's been on an honor flight, I can tell you it's a day you'll never forget. Stars and Stripes Honor Flight gives our oldest veterans who served in any location in June of 1975 or earlier a free one-day trip to Washington, D.C. for veterans. Airfare, meals, a coach bus tour, and special flight apparel are all included. It's a day of honor, gratitude, and camaraderie. Veterans who served in the Vietnam or Korean War go to flySSHF.org and ask for an application. season. The baked potato just became the main event. At Loaded Spud, we take comfort food and turn it into something bold. Fresh baked potatoes piled high with creative toppings like buffalo chicken, steak and cheese, and classic loaded favorites, all made fresh and built to satisfy. Big flavor, generous portions, no shortcuts. It's fast, affordable, and proudly local. Loaded Spud, Milwaukee's most unexpected comfort food. Stop in today at 789 North Water Street or visit online at www.letsgetloaded.online.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Well, the morning for the dawn. Now the party has begun. Get your hat, put on your shoes. Tory Lowe is coming through.
1017 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show, Pop Culture Report brought to you by Tory Lowe and Andrew in studio. Hey, Andrew, what else is going on out here in these pop culture streets? What they doing out here?
Well, let me tell you, yesterday the internet was on fire with the Drewski skit making fun of conservative women. We talked about it on the show. It turns out the Drewski looks a little bit like Eddie in Whiteface.
That was hilarious.
Got a lot of people commenting on that one.
That was hilarious, yes. That was definitely a hilarious post.
Today, an image went viral of allegedly Erica Kirk suing Drewski over the skit. And this is the connection because everybody was saying, like, hey, Drewski's making fun of Erica Kirk. People were very upset about that. They said you shouldn't be making fun of the widow of Charlie Kirk, obviously. This, again, got the entire internet in a storm. Is it okay to make jokes about people at people's expenses? The claim that she's going to sue Drewski comes out to be false.
Well, I thought that she sent him a cease and desist. I think that's like, hey, take this down.
Exactly. So, representative for Drewski confirmed to Newsweek, actually just an hour ago, Tory, that she has not reached out to Drewski directly. However, Turning Point USA, the foundation that she is in charge of, have come out and put out a statement that says they are very upset with Drewski making these type of jokes. So,
well, the thing is, I think that Drewski, when he does these skits, he studies. Like when he did the one about the pastors. I mean, a lot of those mainstream pastors, they started, making comments and things like that, being upset because of he was mocking a lot of their mannerisms and things like that. But all he did was the same thing with Erica Kirk. He just mocked her mannerisms and added a little truth to there because she did say that that statement about white men and things like that, and that they need to be protected and things like that. And I think that when we talk about America and we talk about Western culture, we don't want to get in a space where we get what we had years ago going on where, and a lot of people are harsh and racist and doing things that they're not supposed to do, whether they're in law enforcement, whether they're a judge, whether they're a serviceman, whether they, are out here, trying to perpetuate discrimination. And so anytime people do that kind of talk, it always triggers that emotion.
There's a phrase, you might have heard it before. What does a hit dog do, Tory?
A hit dog gonna holler, yeah.
Hit dog gonna holler.
But I do believe that Drewski was spot on. And from what you're telling me, and you live in white culture.
A little bit.
You're around, you get to see things. You said this was spot on.
I agree. Yeah, 100%. As your senior white correspondent, Tory, I can confirm to you that I've seen these type of women before that Drewski was portraying. I'm just really happy that this isn't true, that they didn't actually send a cease and desist. I think everybody is really, the feathers obviously are very ruffled, but I didn't want to see Drewski trying to go to court over a joke. I was really hoping that that wasn't the case.
I don't think that you can go to court over jokes.
No?
No, I don't.
I think people are going to try.
You could try. it's going to get tossed. But I think, when it comes to comedians, it's just entertainment. It's supposed to be entertainment. But I do see some comedians, they do take their jabs. They do come at people in a way where you don't know if it's a joke or if it's something more malicious behind it. So I do see that as well.
If you had to put Drewski on a dais, could you see a roast of Drewski? Do you think that that's something?
Yeah, I can see. Comedians do roasts all the time. It's very popular within the culture. Matter of fact, a lot of politicians, a lot of people, they consider being roasted an honor. Yeah, I'm talking about when they have the political roasts, things like that. They invite people to come talk about everybody that's in there. That is kind of like in the comedic world. That's a good thing, even though you're getting trashed. You got roasted. I think that Hollywood kind of made that a weird, even though I'm talking bad about you, we love you.
So then this leads me to my follow-up question, the roast of Tory Lowe.
I wouldn't mind because I think
comedians that come
I got comedians that put me in their stuff all the time. Right here in the city of Milwaukee. Like, they use me for material, and I think I'm honored with it because if they can feel like they're using you for material, that means you're affecting the culture. So I think that a lot of people take it the wrong way. They take it personal. But when you go to North Division, when you grow up and you go to North Division High School, you had to rib and roast people every day soon as you walk into school. So it means nothing to me. Like I said, it just, long as that means you're in the, people won't never use you a part of their material if they don't believe you're part of the culture. No comedian's going to waste a joke on somebody that nobody knows.
All right, let's shift gears here a little bit. So Kim Kardashian and Ray J, they are in court battling over the defamation lawsuits that Kim Kardashian is leveling against Ray J. And because of this, we now have the discovery period. A lot of things are coming to light. In the midst of the prolonged court battle, details of the claimed $6 million settlement between Kim Kardashian and Ray J have become public. This agreement, which allegedly restricts both parties from speaking about their past sex tape scandal, has drawn a lot of attention from both sides of the aisle. Everybody's keeping an eye on this.
Okay, so why does this keep coming back up every so often? And I know they got a deal going. What they say now is $6 million?
$6 million deal.
So did he breach the contract? Did Ray J breach the $6 million NDA? Was this an NDA contract?
According to Ray J, he received $6 million as part of the agreement, and any party violating the terms and conditions would be the financial person who has to pay the $6 million.
Right.
He further claimed that 1 month after the arrangement, Kim Kardashian and Kris Jenner addressed the sex tape in their Hulu reality special, therefore violating the agreement. So this is part of the reason that Ray J is going to court, is he says, I want my $6 million. We agreed that nobody was going to talk about it. Nobody could profit off of this. And yet you guys are now talking about your Hulu show. And also, if you remember, Keeping Up with the Kardashians launched very quickly after that original tape got released. He's saying, after decades of peddling a false story, I want my millions. Give me my money.
Well, like I said, I think something's going on with Ray J where he needs cash.
Yeah,
his health is supposed to be going bad. He's trying to find another revenue stream because the music stream is dried up. He's getting into Zeus Network. He's working with that network doing, basically content that I don't agree with, and I wouldn't let nobody. I wouldn't advise people to consistently watch that, But like I said, it's just one of those things where Ray J is looking for a revenue stream, and if he could get the money from the Kardashians, I don't think nothing is off limits right now with Ray J.
I think he's one of those guys that's kind of pinned in a corner, right? You need that money. Remember, we talked about American Express, I think, wanted like $700,000 from him.
Like I said, he's in a space where he needs to find cash. And why not go to the Kardashians? Go back and dip into the Kardashian pot of cash because
they're good for it.
Yeah, they got the money.
They got billions. Yeah, so you also got to think he also went after Mace and Cameron too.
Right, but
recently.
Like I said, they was talking about Brandy. He was trying to take up for his sister. He went overboard with the rhetoric. But I think that right now Ray J is at the point where he's just trying to do shock value. He's going to say anything. He said something about Diddy, that he was in the Diddy party and things like that. Like, he's just saying the most ridiculous things that he can do to keep his name floating around the algorithm till he can find a soft spot where he can continually or maybe find something that was more solid. But right now, gossip, drama, toxicity, saying the most ridiculous ideas is what he's on right now.
I have 2 easy solutions for him. You ready for him, Tory? Open up that TikTok app, start recording, get the video streams going, try to get some money off TikTok, and then start a podcast.
He did that. He already doing the streaming. He's already doing podcasts. He's already doing that stuff.
Does he have his own podcast?
It's a stream. I guess now stream is podcasting too.
Okay.
So he's doing the stream. He does a stream. I don't know how consistent he is with the stream, but he was trying to get in the streaming world. He showed up at Kai. And then he tried to get into that world, but I don't know how good it's going for him, and I don't know how consistent he's been. I don't follow Ray J.
It's going really well. Maybe we need to start a GoFundMe for Ray J, Tory, because especially if American Express is going after that 100.
Hey, look, I wouldn't start a GoFundMe for none of these celebrities.
You wouldn't start a GoFundMe?
No, I
for
wouldn't
Ray J?
for none of these celebrities. No, I mean I would keep my energy right on the block.
I don't blame you.
Hey, he can ask his sister.
Yeah, that's
he asked Brandy for some money.
Why is he not asking Brandy for money in this? That's a good point. Why didn't he even think about that? Especially when you consider, and also TMZ has more money than God. They could pay for a lot of this stuff instead of having to send their guys out and go get it.
Hey, look, like I said, he got some decisions to make, but like I said, these celebrities, at the end of the day, what have they put in the community, to help the community to better the community. So like I said, I don't feel bad for none of that. I only, I'm gonna keep my energy right on the block with those in the neighborhoods that's doing the work. So I would never do nothing like that unless it was no other choice.
So finally here, Tory, I want to talk to you a little current events action. TSA is officially coming back potentially. They opened up the government again. They've decided that they're going to pay these TSA agents. Did you see any of the stories about the people waiting in lines at these airports, Atlanta, Houston, New Orleans, when it comes to the how long these lines were for TSA, Tory?
Right, but I mean, the last story I heard about the airlines was they was going to ban people wearing pajamas.
All right, so
that was as far as I went with that.
All right, so the government got shut down for a little bit when it comes to money. The TSA agents were getting paid. People weren't coming to work. Now they're going to come back to work. Tory, I was reading these stories. 7 hours people were standing in line waiting for TSA in some of these places. 7 hours.
Did they miss the flight?
Oh, yeah. 100% you're missing your flight. My question is, how long would you stand in line for TSA before you just said, you know what, I'm going to get a rental car?
Oh, well, I'll say this. It depends on why I'm standing in the line for TSA. I mean, like, I don't know. It's a lot of reasons why people got to stand in the TSA line. I don't know. I only had to use TSA like once, and that's because I left my ID.
No,
I left my ID in California where we were staying, and on the way back, I had to go through TSA.
You're a walker. You'll walk there.
Well, if I had the time, it depends on what the journey is. I might have to join the monks. If they do another walk, I might have to get out there with the monks. Hey, look, I appreciate you for joining me for the Pop Culture Report, Andrew. Hey, look, when we come back, Truth Nation, we got a lot of stuff to cover before the end of the day. Truth Nation, stay locked in.
Milwaukee business owners, this is your moment. Every Friday at 8 a.m., call in to 101.7 The Truth for What the Business Is. Tell us what your business is, where you're located, and one thing you've learned along the way. What the Business is powered by We Energies, delivering the energy that powers local business. Fridays at 8 a.m. on 101.7 The Truth. Fridays at 8 a.m. on 101.7 The Truth.
At Junior Achievement, students learn how innovation, creativity, and entrepreneurship can turn a simple idea into something that changes an industry. With support from Cost Corporation, students are discovering how engineering, product design, and smart marketing bring great ideas to life. From pioneering studio headphones to building a brand recognized around the world, Cost shows students how technology and creativity shape the way we experience music. Learn more at ja.org.
When I was diagnosed with Hodgkin lymphoma, I had so many questions. I didn't even know that it was cancer. Now I do. It is cancer. Blood cancer. It's actually one of more than 100 different types, and they're all treated differently. Now, unlike some other forms of cancer, usually there's no tumor. You can't screen for it to prevent it, and the symptoms can look like other things, so it could be hard to diagnose. I had a fever for weeks. I was so tired all the time. I didn't feel like eating or doing anything else for that matter. And I know that this can feel scary. But if you know what to look out for, you'll know what to tell your doctor. And you'll feel more empowered to take the next steps. Like getting in touch with the people who know the ins and outs and can help with everything blood cancer related. Blood Cancer United. They work one-on-one with each person who reaches out to answer questions and offer resources. Blood Cancer United was there for me, and they can be there for you.
Go to bloodcancerunited.org to learn more.
I take care of the kids, and I take care of my dad. I take care of things at work. The groceries, the cleanups, the meltdowns, the doctor's visits, the family events, mealtimes, bedtimes. I take care of all the things everyone else needs. But I haven't made time to take care of what I need.
Family caregivers are often overloaded. It can feel overwhelming and exhausting. It's no surprise that millions of caregivers experience symptoms of anxiety and depression every year. But help is available, because there may only be one you, but you don't have to do it alone. Head to mentalhealthcareworks.org. That's mentalhealthcareworks.org to learn how to get the support you deserve, because mental health care works when you make the call. If you're experiencing a mental health crisis or thoughts of suicide, dial 988, a message from the American Psychiatric Association Foundation.
You're listening to the new 1017 The Truth, founded in partnership with Associated Bank. Your money works here. 1017 FM, 1510 AM, WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Justice, Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory, Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4, we about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory, Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
1017 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 1017 The Truth. Thank you for joining me for the second hour of the Tory Lowe Show. And I want to get to this story. I was going to bring this story up in the first hour, but we had to get into the pop culture report. But I got to get this story in because this has been on the docket for a couple days now. We didn't get to it, but this Friday I want to make sure we get to everything that we couldn't get to this week. But it's a story that's out of Maryland. A quadruple amputee was charged with murder. Now, no hands, no legs. Out here spinning the block. Out here trying to cause chaos. What is going on? What is really going on? You would think that he would be trying to do something else with his time. But we got the video on this if you're watching this rebroadcast live. Let's listen.
Investigation, but there is no evidence at this point to suggest anybody else was involved in the shooting, and that he acted alone on this.
Now watch closely. You're looking at the man accused of murder in this case. Video from his TikTok page titled "No Hands, No Feet, Shooting 9mm Handgun."
Oh, wow.
His name is Dayton James Weber, a 27-year-old quadruple amputee and professional cornhole player. This all started around 10:30 last night when La Plata police officers were flagged down by two witnesses near Radio Station Road. Charles County Sheriff's investigators say Weber was the driver when he shot and killed his front seat passenger, then asked those in the back seat to help get rid of the body. They refused, got out of the car, and alerted police. Weber took off with the victim in the car, identified as 27-year-old Bradrick Wells. 2 hours later, and about 15 miles away, Wells's body was found dumped in someone's front yard in Charlotte Hall, Maryland. Soon after, Weber's car was tracked to a gas station in Charlottesville, Virginia. He was found at a hospital nearby and arrested after his release.
Wow. I have no words for this. I have no words. And he drove. How did he drive off? They said he shot somebody in the car, and he drove. No legs, no arms. This story is ridiculous. Like, it just, this lets me know no matter what situation you're in life, if you want to do something negative, it's just right there. Like, anybody can just go downhill, and I'm not shocked anymore. When I've read this story, when I see that he was able to shoot, and he was playing cornhole too. He was like a cornhole professional as well, Andrew. So here we go with another person that you wouldn't think that will be involved in anything sinister is out here causing harm. Wow, this is just amazing to me. Not Really a City Girl says, I would never thought it was possible to see an amputee shoot a gun. Hey, this is where I say, like, you got to stay prayed up. And a lot of times, this is where I say, like, you wouldn't have thought, if I had this guy around, this quadruple amputee, this is the last person I think that's going to shoot me or end my life. You know, I'm your friend. I'm trying to help you. You know, get around. We out here working together. I wouldn't have thought that I would have to worry about somebody like this, Andrew.
No, that's crazy. This entire story, I was so excited when it came up because I was like, this is the perfect Tory Lowe story.
No, this is not the perfect. This just got me scratching my head. You can't work. Everybody's a threat at this point. This is what it makes me feel like. Yeah, everybody's a threat at this point. Wow.
No hands, Tory.
Oh, wow. Not no hands. Okay, they may have another meaning to it. That may be a bad song choice, Andrew. That might not be the right song choice for this. Let's keep it moving. Also, I wanted to talk about this. This is something that's happening now with the funerals now. A lot of people are casket wrapping. They're wrapping the casket. It's becoming very popular and a way to memorialize loved ones that have lost their life. Now, I heard of them wrapping cars, for promotional ideas. But now they can wrap casket wrapping, where you can kind of have your casket wrapped and whatever, design on the casket. They say this is getting extremely popular. And we got an article on this. I got a question of the day. Casket wrapping. Would you get your casket wrapped? If you, we got video on this. Let's listen.
You can know the whole person's life story by just looking at the top of the casket.
This is casket wrapping. Similar to the way you'd wrap a car, you can wrap a casket with just about any design you can imagine. Robert Jones first wrapped a car 5 years ago. Then he got a request from his wife.
My wife's father passed away, and she was like, I don't like the color of the casket. Can you change the casket for me? I was scared. I'm like, I don't know. I never did it before.
It actually turned out well. So for the past 3 years, he's been wrapping caskets in this West Dallas studio. He does about 15 caskets a month. They range in price from $800 up to $5,000.
I have to meditate first before I wrap the caskets and breathe and understand that I'm not doing it for myself. I'm doing it for someone else that lost a loved one that's grieving. So I just look at it as giving back to the person that lost their life.
I'd never heard of casket wrapping before. At first I thought, this is kind of wild. But then I realized it's just another way of telling a loved one's story.
It shows the representation of the person that's deceased, you know.
In the 3 years he's been doing this, he's seen casket wrapping become way more popular. He even has partnerships with some of the funeral homes now.
Wow. Now, that, and courtesy of TMJ for the article for putting that out there, but we're going to have to get him on the show to explain this casket wrapping, because here we go. Like, now, can you imagine somebody losing their life and then they do a GoFundMe and everybody gives it a GoFundMe, and then they use the GoFundMe money to do a casket wrap, you know, to do all this extra stuff. And so, I don't know. It just can get tricky, because I used to do a lot of fundraising. Never had a wrap casket. Never did a casket wrap. But it was just basic needs. Person didn't have insurance, lost their life, you know, you raise the money. I don't do it as much. I hardly ever do it now. I think I put my time in. I did it. We doing something else. We moving into other areas. Get some life insurance a little, you know, try to get some life insurance. But I'll say this. Would you get your casket wrapped? Do you want your casket wrapped up? Andrew, we're going to have to make sure that we contact this person. I guess they said his business was in West Allis or
yeah, I'm going to try to reach out today.
Yeah, let's get him on the show, because he said he started out wrapping the cars, which is, you know, that's normal. But the casket idea, I mean, I want to know. I want to know more about this. They say it's becoming very popular. I'm surprised, because they say they're using it to memorialize the loved one. I'm surprised they ain't wrapping these trees. You know, putting like a wrap kind of design on the trees as a memorial when they do the visuals. You know what I mean? Like, you know how they just, you know, well, I guess you may not be from, you know, the north side, but where I'm from, they put teddy bears and liquor and things like that at the tree, at the base of the tree, and light some candles, and they'll memorialize a tree near where the loved one lost their life. And I'm surprised that ain't made it to wrapping the tree like that. Hey, what we got in the poll? Are they answering the poll, or they just like can't believe that this is happening?
%80 says no, Tory.
They don't want their casket wrapped. Hey, they say this for memorializing your loved one, but it's going in the ground. I mean, I would love to hear. I mean, a lot of people, when a person dies, they got different ways of expressing that their grievance. Some people do horse and carriage. I've seen, and then some people release doves. Some people have the stand-up life-size posters and things like that. So depending on what the options are, a lot of people are starting to go into different ways to memorialize their loved one. I've even seen down south somewhere where now they're just having a person sit in a chair with their favorite beverage and the hat on and dressed up, and they not even in a casket. They just sitting in a chair, or they like not even in a casket. They have them doing things that they love to do at the funeral service.
I saw one guy set up playing video games.
Yeah, I seen that too. So it's a lot of different ways that people are trying to memorialize their loved one. I also seen something that I thought was kind of interesting. Sometimes there's a service where you could turn your loved one into a diamond. They could crush the ashes because it has carbon, and it's a way to crush down the ashes and make jewelry, like a diamond or, you know, something to that manner. And then you can wear your loved one as a jewelry accessory.
I don't know how I feel about that.
But I'm just saying, it's starting to become a lot of different options in memorializing your loved one once they pass. I want to know, would you like to get your casket wrapped? I mean, this is something they're saying that it's becoming popular.
I really like that ring. Where'd you get it? Oh, it's
my uncle.
Yeah, I don't know about
It's my mom. You know, it's a diamond ring. It's from the ashes of my loved one. 833-212-1017. Hey, look, I want to hear what y'all got to say, Truth Nation. Would you get the casket wrapped? This is saying it's becoming popular. We got callers on the line. We got some chat. We got some talk to text. We're going to get to it when we get back. Truth Nation, stay locked in.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Hi, this is Sherwin Hughes from 1017 The Truth, and I want to talk to you about something bigger than just buying a house. I'm talking about building a legacy. Owning a home isn't just about four walls and a roof. It's about giving your kids a place where memories are made, where birthdays are celebrated, and where they always belong. It's about planting roots, knowing your neighbors, waving from the porch, and being a part of a community that feels like family. If you've been renting and wondering if home ownership is even possible, Axe Housing is here to work with you. An Axe Housing coach will help you create a plan, a budget, and move step by step toward owning a place you can truly call your own. They've already helped over 4,000 families become homeowners, and many are paying less than they were paying for rent. Don't let where you are today stop your family's tomorrow. Start your journey at axehousing.org. That is ACTShousing.org. Your legacy begins at home.
You spend more than 2,500 hours a year on your mattress, so is your mattress working for you? It's time to upgrade your sleep game during Steinhoffel's Mattress Madness. Their sleep experts will match you with the perfect mattress so you can wake up rested, refreshed, and ready to take on the day. Shop all the top brands at unbeatable prices, plus enjoy free delivery and a 120-night sleep guarantee so you can rest easy knowing you made the right choice. Shop Mattress Madness in-store at steinhoffels.com today.
Hi, I'm Greg Fritsch, president of the Center for Veterans Issues, inviting you to get involved in supporting the CVI mission. The Center for Veterans Issues is proud to serve veterans across Wisconsin. Each year, we help more than 1,200 veterans stay housed, find meaningful employment, and connect with the support they've earned. From housing assistance and job training to case management and suicide prevention outreach, our team is here to help veterans build stable, independent lives. If you're a veteran in need of support, visit cvivet.org. Donations can also be accepted at cvivet.org/donate.
Gruber Law Office. One call, that's all.
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 Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
One call, that's all.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. We've been talking about casket wrapping. It's becoming a new popular way to memorialize loved ones. We played the article. A lot of people are weighing in. The question of the day is, will you get your casket wrapped, or would you wrap a loved one's casket? I mean, I also want to get him on the show, this young man. He said he started out wrapping cars, and some came up where he had to wrap a casket, and boom, he in the casket wrapping business right here in Waukesha or West Allis or something like that. He set up right here in the state of Wisconsin. 833-212-1017. Let's hopefully we can connect with him and get him on the show. We got Al on the lines. How you doing, Al?
I'm doing fine. I wouldn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Why would I do that? Why would I do that when the casket in the body just for the rot? I'd rather spend that $2,000 and just have them burned up and spread the ashes. And if you got money to spend $5,000, to get it wrapped, you shouldn't need no goddamn GoFundMe. I'm not doing all that.
Hey.
For what? Burn it up and toss the ashes. That's all you can do. And if you don't got no and if you don't have no money to get buried, you're definitely being burnt up. And then I'm carrying all that debt. And what if you do that and the person ain't no good?
Everybody,
the money back.
9 times out of 10, everybody going to heaven nowadays.
No, the hell they ain't. And if they all going to heaven, that's sure one place I don't want to goddamn go. A whole bunch of people that's cutthroat, stab you in your back. Now y'all going to be fighting up in heaven. Hell no. I'll take a detour around that. And they can kiss your ass. Have a good day.
We got Charles. How you doing, Charles?
Hey, how you doing, man?
Bless his brother Charles.
Blessings, man. What is the world coming to, man? We got dogs sleeping with cats, cats sleeping with monkeys. Now we're wrapping caskets. We wrapping caskets now, man. I mean, what's going on, man? That sounds like a threat, man. Don't get your casket wrapped. You know what I'm saying? Like, what we gonna do? Put spinners on them and stuff? We got air conditioning there and stuff like that. Put some hydraulics on them too.
You may put your kids on there. Put your wife and kids on there. Wrap it with your wife and kids on there.
You know what I'm saying? I've been like, man, the world is crazy. We're living in a whole different world now, man. But, hey, you know what? Whatever you decide to do, man, with your money, and that's your love that you sending your loved one off to, man, do what you're going to do. Do what you want to do, but damn, the world is getting crazy now.
Hey, you might get you might pass away and they may want to wrap your casket.
Hey, don't let them wrap me. They better not get their caskets wrapped. Don't get your casket wrapped.
Hey, you got the insurance. They when you go, you can't tell them what to do.
Hey, you right about that. I hope they don't wrap me up like that, man. They're like, it's a wrap for real.
And then they gonna say he was just on the Tory Lowe show saying he didn't want it wrapped.
They put a wrap on that nigga.
Oh. Hey, all right, Charles, I appreciate you for tapping in. Have a fun, safe weekend. I appreciate you for tapping in. Who else we got on the lines? We got Sarah on the lines. Casket wrap or no?
I don't want any casket. I want something called a mushroom suit.
Wait a minute. So a mushroom suit is what? Explain.
It's like a sheet or a wrap that they, like a natural cloth wrap they put you in, but there's little mushroom spores all in it. So when you go in the ground, the mushrooms help you just naturally decompose your body.
And it's like is that like the tree idea too, where some people getting buried like to help with the tree, like to grow the tree?
Right. Like you can be composted, you can be just, there's places that are like prairies where they just put you in the ground and they let, you go in like a pine box so that it'll break down and then you just, break down.
Next thing you know, mushrooms pop up.
But then mushrooms can pop up. That's
okay,
right.
So
I don't know if you can do anything. I don't know if you can
eat them. Are these portobellas or do you hallucinate when you eat them? If somebody came by and picked them,
I don't know.
Oh, wow.
I don't know enough about it. I just know it's a cool idea.
I mean, how much
I think it's cheaper than a regular. I think it's probably, it's not very common, but I think it's probably not nearly as expensive as getting embalmed and getting the fancy casket and getting all the stuff. I bet it's cheaper.
And then your family can always come to the spot. $1,500. Right. Andrew looked it up. $1,500 to get turned into a portobello mushroom.
There you go.
Hey, look, it is what it is. It's these different kind of ways. A lot of people are choosing different options than the traditional casket, going down in the casket. I appreciate you for tapping in, Sarah. Have a fun, safe weekend. 833-212-1017. We talking about wrapping the caskets. Do you want your face on the side of the casket with maybe your family? Maybe you was a football player. Maybe you had something going on. Maybe you was a singer. They put your poetry, one of your poems on the front of the casket. 833-212-1017. If you would want your casket wrap, we got a poll in the chat. Mark Reed in the chat says, if you bury a loved one on your property, You do not have to pay property taxes as long as you own the house. Not Really a City Girl says, mushrooms are amazing in so many ways. Nature's natural decomposer. LaRon in the chat says, send my casket into space. I'm going to come back like Spock. He going to come back looking like Spock. He want to go to the outer limits. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know if they can shoot a casket. You might have to talk to Elon Musk. You may have to talk to Elon. Who else doing that spaceship stuff? The guy from Amazon, Bezos, Jeff Bezos, and Elon. You may have to come get close to one of them, LaRon, to go get your casket shot into space. You probably have a better chance of getting your ashes slingshotted in the air. Take a ball of your ashes, just slingshot it up in the sky and let it just spread out. If you want to join the conversation, 833-212-1017. Also, remember the story, Truth Nation. Remember the story about the cop who got busted for looking at the license plate reader cameras. You know, it was a big stir. He got. I guess they let him resign. They said that they got rid of him, but they let him resign, and they got new rules up for the license plate reader cameras. Well, some of the cameras are now being vandalized in Milwaukee County following the officers' misuse charges. A lot of people are vandalizing the plate readers now. Hey, we knew something was going to happen because a lot of people don't want Big Brother around. A lot of people don't want to have Big Brother watching their every move. We got some video on this if you're watching as we broadcast live. Let's listen.
Take a close look at this automatic license plate reading camera and you'll notice gold paint covering the lens. We've learned the Whitefish Bay Police Department isn't the only local law enforcement agency dealing with nearly identical vandalism.
I don't like it at all because it's taxpayer money, plus it's just stupid, you know. Why?
Joe Grunwald of Whitefish Bay didn't know these cameras were in his community, but he's frustrated to learn someone purposefully damaged one near Estabrook Park. The Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office says it also had a flock safety camera vandalized with spray paint 2 weeks ago in an undisclosed county park. What would you say to those who are behind this?
Grow up. Find something better to do? I mean, really, what's the point?
Paris Lubell is a spokesperson for Flock Safety, the company that owns the cameras. Is this rare?
Yeah, the number of cameras that have been vandalized across the country remains an extremely small percentage.
This watchdog website found more than 200 Flock Safety cameras across Milwaukee County. They capture a photo like this of every car that passes by, showing its license plate, make, and model. They're intended to help police solve crimes. Lubell says Flock works with local police departments to help them investigate these vandalism incidents. What are the consequences for doing this?
You know, every state is different depending on what the local charges would be, but destroying these cameras only hurts the communities that are being served by the technology.
All right, well, like I said, you know, here we go. We knew it was going to be some problems. Now it's problems on the inside, and now it's problems on the outside. You know, people don't want to be surveillance. And this one was by Estabrook Park. So who's over there? What you doing in the park late at night? Why you don't want nobody, what you doing over there in Estabrook in the park late at night? I don't know. Why you don't want nobody to know you over there? Because it's watching the park. So if you're going in and out of the park, it's probably going to catch you on camera. What it's a river over there. What you doing? Why you trying to spray the camera by Estabrook Park? Here we go. You already know Mo the Elephant. Mo the Elephant says, oh boy, here we go. They spraying the cameras now by the parks. I don't know. Maybe they was up to something. They didn't want nobody to see. Hey, look, when we come back, Truth Nation, we're going to keep the lines open. Stay locked in.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Hey fans, John Kuhn here, team captain of the Potawatomi Sportsbook, and there's a reason it's considered the Midwest's premier place to bet on all your favorite sports. The full bar, awesome dining, 2,000 square foot screen, and nearly 100 betting kiosks makes for an unbeatable playbook. Bet above the rest, only at Potawatomi Sportsbook in Milwaukee. More info online. Must be 21 to enter casino.
Dad's gonna be far side, good.
What should I do with my dress?
Do little wiggles. The slate's coming in. What does it feel like when you're down or having a bad day?
It feels sad, like you just don't want to do anything.
All my little emotions in my head is just running crazy. I don't know what to do.
As a teacher or coach, do you ever feel overwhelmed supporting kids' mental health?
I had never experienced players being so down that they can't even participate.
You're just in tears in the huddle. I didn't know what to do.
Teachers need tons of help.
Kids Mental Health Foundation offers educational materials to help guide conversations with our students.
It's so important that we are constantly educating ourselves.
It's the same as the CPR class to me. We're trying to save a life here.
The Kids Mental Health Foundation has free tools and information developed by experts because kids' mental health starts with all of us. Scan the QR code or check out kidsmentalhealthfoundation.org to get started.
A message from Tia Mowry, actress and Fair Celebrity Ambassador.
Game day isn't staged, it's lived. It's the shopping, the cooking, the laughter. For families managing food allergy, that same spirit of preparation means everything. Because food allergy isn't a lifestyle. It's a serious, life-threatening disease that can change everything in a moment. But being ready changes the story. It's knowing the signs, having a plan, and carrying epinephrine everywhere life takes you. Epinephrine is the only treatment that can stop a severe food allergy reaction known as anaphylaxis. It works quickly to reverse the symptoms and can save lives. As families and friends gather for the big game, we see what community looks like. It's one built on awareness, care, and love in action. Because readiness doesn't take away the risk. It brings back the joy. When you're ready to act, you're ready to live.
Visit foodallergy.org/ready to act to learn more.
This True Sports Update is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Andrew Zimmel. Brewers baseball is back with a big win, 14-2, to open the season against the Chicago White Sox on opening day Thursday. Manager Pat Murphy's happy with Jacob Mizorowski's first time starting on opening day.
I think he did some really good things, and he matured, which we're hoping for. And, I think that's the things to get excited about, what it means for the future.
Mizorowski's first start of the season, 11 strikeouts with 1 earned run. The Brewers pitching staff finished with 20 strikeouts overall in the game. Next up for the Brew Crew is a 6:10 first pitch Saturday against the Chicago White Sox. And Wisconsin's men's hockey with a win last night, 5-1 over Dartmouth in the NCAA tournament. It was the Badgers' first tournament win since 2010. They move on to the regional finals, 1 win away from the Final Four. This True Sports Update was powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Andrew Zimmel.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Hey, yeah, this the Tory Lowe Show, this the Tory Lowe Show, this the Tory Lowe Show. You gotta tune in, you gotta tune in, yeah. This the Tory Lowe Show, this the Tory Lowe Show, this the Tory Lowe Show. You gotta tune in. You gotta tune in, yeah. Hey, Tory Lowe.
1017 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. Question of the day: will you like your casket wrapped? How they wrap cars? We put a design on there. Maybe something that you did, something that is a reminder of the life that you led. Maybe you was a gamer. Maybe you was a churchgoer. Maybe you was somebody that had a certain talent. Maybe they wrapped a casket with that on there, and then, people can be reminded of how great you were. Memorialize you. 833-212-1017. Will you go with casket wrapping? We got Kay on the lines. How you doing, Kay?
Good afternoon.
How you doing, Queen? Why you laughing?
Because that what you just said was some of the goofiest shit.
Oh, wow.
I've ever heard.
Oh, wow. I'm just saying, this is what it's popular. They say it's growing in popularity. Oh, she's gone? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay. Hey. Yeah, you got it. Hey. She can call it back in and use a different name, probably. But anyway, I got another story I want to get to. If y'all want to talk, if y'all want to join the conversation this Friday, 833-212-1017. It's a Friday. I want to get to this situation that's going on with a former Milwaukee cop that was sentenced for corruption. Let's get that up, Andrew. I guess the sentencing of this cop was in the making. A lot of times when we talk about officers in the city that's doing things that they ain't supposed to do, a lot of them kind of get a slap on the wrist. But I don't think that this is the situation for this officer that was out here being corrupt. We got video if you're watching as we broadcast live. Let's listen.
To federal prosecutors, Juwan Madlock is a felon. But to people who know him personally, he's a father and a family man. And that is what they want a judge to also consider in federal court Tuesday when the judge hands down Madlock's sentence for being a corrupt cop. Last year, investigators found text messages on a gang member's phone showing Madlock, a Milwaukee officer, share the home addresses of rival gang members. The feds writing, Madlock knew the gang member intended to hurt his rivals, but claimed he thought the gang member would merely beat them up. Madlock resigned his policing job and took a plea deal with prosecutors. Ahead of sentencing, more than half a dozen letters about his character beyond his crimes. His character, in my view, is far greater than the actions that have led him before you, Madlock's sister writes, telling the judge about a time Madlock included his sister who lives out of state in the classroom project his daughter completed, writing, "It wasn't just a homework assignment, it was a moment of connection, encouragement, and love." Madlock's parents also petitioned the court, his mother telling the judge, her heart is broken, writing, "I raised him to be a good young man, to work hard and to be responsible. I beg of you to please have leniency, not because he wishes to evade the consequences of his actions, but because he genuinely believes that he can contribute positively to society again if given the chance." A close friend concluded, "The man before you is not beyond redemption. In fact, I believe his best chapters are still ahead."
Wow. Now, with a name like Madlock, you would think that he would be trying to resolve the issues and be hard on the criminals. But this version of Madlock need to be on the Power Universe. They need to get a character that, his family gonna always say, hey, look, they may know a softer side of him, but when he was out in these streets, hey, he was working. And now he going down in federal court. Family is asking for leniency at this point. Juwan Madlock, you would have thought that he would have been on the case. You thought he'd have been out here trying to resolve the case.
That's a really good name.
Yeah, I mean, he was destined to be a detective. But instead, he did detective work for the wrong side. He was corrupted. He was, maybe, he had some kind of ties to a lot of this stuff. I don't know. But once again, here we go. We talk about corruption, but I guess very few times you see an officer actually face the charges. And I'm talking about like go off to federal prison and face like 20, 15 years. It's few and far between, but this is Juwan Madlock was out there operating on the opposite side of the badge.
His take was, I thought they were going to go beat him up.
He gave the ops. He gave the house address to the ops. And I thought that they was just going to go break in the house and beat him up.
What is this?
Come on now.
After school special?
All that training. All them hours of going to school and all that police training. He knew what was going to happen.
He's lucky there wasn't like a murder involved.
Hey, look, like I said, you do what you do, and then there's repercussions for it. And like I said, I just wanted to bring that up in front of the Truth Nation because, like I said, we got a Milwaukee cop facing federal charges for corruption. Hey, we had just like the flock cameras. That was corruption. See what I'm saying? It's like you got to, I think some people think that when you got the badge on that it's honorable. You know, no, it's only honorable if you're doing good police work. And salute to all of the brothers out there, because I know some good cops. I know good cops from the community that's out here trying to do some good police work. So it ain't everybody, but I'm telling you, when it go left, it might be like Juwan Madlock. You know, they be out there doing, you know, working for the other side on the inside. But I seen this on Power. A lot of y'all watching too much Power Universe. It don't work. Only on Power Universe is them corrupt cops able to get away with it. Or able to, you know, it's all theater. But in real life, if you out here doing some corrupt, somebody with all these cell phones out here now, with these flat cameras, you gonna get caught. Even the officer working the flat camera was breaking the law. Looking for his girlfriend in the middle of the night, trying to see if she was out there booed up with her ex. Hey, he was trying, you know, I wonder if he found out what he was gonna do to him. See, that's the scary part. If he got all these searches for his ex-girl and the ex-boyfriend, I wonder what if he would have saw them kissing on the camera. I'm just saying, what was that gonna be like? What was the ultimate outcome of him looking at the flock cameras in that way? He was obviously obsessed. So what if he would have saw something? What if he looked at the flock camera and they was out there hunching on the side of the road? You know, what is he gonna do? Leave his job? Go over there and pull him out the car and do? He already had the gun on him, so ain't no telling where that could have went.
Just trying to raise his blood pressure.
I'm just saying. It could have got terrible. It could have been terrible outcome. But hey. Also, I want to go into talking about. Remember the story we talked about people getting on the date naps. Remember we talked about this woman said she get on date naps and she couch surface with the guys she meet online. Like she don't have to pay no bills because she's beautiful. She's on these date naps. And then once guys find out that what she's on, that she wasn't really interested in them only for using their resources, they would put her out. But now we got another situation out of Los Angeles where a model accused of using date naps to lure and steal from rich men. Y'all got to be careful. I told y'all to watch these date naps. A lot of people on the date naps for your resources, not for love. They looking for resources. Well, we're going to head over to Los Angeles and see what took place. Model accused of using the date naps as a vehicle to get rich men in the trap. If you're watching this, we broadcast live. We got video. Let's listen.
From stealing hearts to stealing property, that's what Adva Levy will stand trial for. The adult model and influencer known as Mia Ventura facing 6 felony charges, accused of using dating apps to target and burglarize wealthy older men and younger women. The circumstances similar to those that might play out in an elder abuse case, according to former prosecutor R.J. Dreiling.
Some of the facts are a little bit different here. It's the same kind of principle, which is someone working themselves into someone's life, taking money from them under the auspices of consent.
In a place like LA, where relationships can be very transactional, how do prosecutors determine who is a sugar baby and who's a criminal?
You know, that's going to be the ultimate issue in the case. I expect the defense to argue that these individuals, when they got into a relationship with a social media influencer, a much younger, much more attractive woman, knew what they were getting into.
The allegations of deception stretching beyond Southern California, with police reports filed against Levy in Nevada, Florida, and even overseas in France and Italy.
Even though LA County might not have jurisdiction over the cases overseas or in different states, they can actually bring in those witnesses to come in and testify in their case to show this wasn't just a one-time thing, that this was part of a broader course of conduct.
She's a female Tinder swindler. I mean, that's kind of what this is.
Michael Sartain is commending the LAPD's police work that's now led to the felony charges, Levy appearing on his podcast, Access Vegas, in 2024.
She stole stuff from the purses that were in my green room while the people were on my show.
Oh, wow.
That's not simply a criminal. That is a kleptomaniac.
Oh, wow. Now, some of y'all is Tinder swindlers. Some people get on Tinder and they be like, okay, I'm going to find a sucker today. Like, you know, I'm going to go eat some hibachi I'm about to go get an expensive dinner, see how much I can drain these people for. And it's men and girls doing it. It's men and girls doing it. But like I said, the dating scene is trash. It's trash. It's like you don't even they come out and play on your loneliness now. And then while you getting a young girl, you know if you 65, 70 years old and a young girl is coming at you, you know what time it is. You already know you got to come. What they say, you know she looking for a sugar daddy. And you know, that's why the anchor, when she did the story, she said sugar babies. It's a real lifestyle. Like older men want to splurge on these younger people, or, you know, even got some cougars out here that'll splurge on these young men for thrills and things like that. So I don't know if you can actually take somebody to court for that. I don't know. Can you take somebody to court after you get in a type of situation where you're giving them comfort for cash? Comfort for cash. Andrew, would you pay for some?
No.
Andrew, would you go out here and do comfort for cash?
No.
You said you was on the websites. You looking for love though. You ain't trying to do nothing for the game.
Bank account robbed.
Comfort for cash, Tinder swindlers. Hey, look, when we come back, Truth Nation, we got some more stuff we got to cover before we get out of here on this Friday. Truth Nation, stay locked in.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Milwaukee Black Talk.
You don't want to be there. You don't like the work. You don't like the people. Now, there are some differences. The only difference is modern American slavery and capitalism versus 19th century. We were dramatically more primitive back then. And a slave that is able to buy their freedom is the same as the disaffected, disgruntled worker that is able to buy their way into entrepreneurship, because that for them is free.
Listen to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, weekdays from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m.
Hi, this is Sherwin Hughes from 1017 The Truth, and I want to talk to you about something bigger than just buying a house. I'm talking about building a legacy. Owning a home isn't just about four walls and a roof. It's about giving your kids a place where memories are made, where birthdays are celebrated, and where they always belong. It's about planting roots, knowing your neighbors, waving from the porch, and being a part of a community that feels like family. If you've been renting and wondering if home ownership is even possible, Axe Housing is here to work with you. An Axe Housing coach will help you create a plan, a budget, and move step by step toward owning a place you can truly call your own. They've already helped over 4,000 families become homeowners, and many are paying less than they were paying for rent. Don't let where you are today stop your families tomorrow. Start your journey at axehousing.org. That is ACTShousing.org. Your legacy begins at home.
The legendary Broadway show is back. The Wiz. The Chicago Sun-Times raves. It's an eye-popping, high-intensity revival. The music, the voices, the legend returns. Entertainment Weekly says, run, don't ease on down to this spectacular revival. The Wiz. Playing the Marcus Center, March 24th through 29th. Tickets at marcuscenter.org.
You spend more than 2,500 hours a year on your mattress, so is your mattress working for you? It's time to upgrade your sleep game during Steinhoffel's Mattress Madness. Their sleep experts will match you with the perfect mattress so you can wake up rested, refreshed, and ready to take on the day. Shop all the top brands at unbeatable prices, plus enjoy free delivery and a 120-night sleep guarantee so you can rest easy knowing you made the right choice. Shop Mattress Madness in-store at steinhoffels.com today.
Life's better with American Family Insurance, because we know you love working weekends, if it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Who you gonna call when the rent due and you short on the dough? Who you gonna call when the police kicking in the door? When they kicking in the door, I was sitting on the floor. They took my daddy and my brother, left my mama with no hope. My big sister said, let's call Tory Lowe. Cause when you go through it, he gon' go through it with you. A real solid dude to stand on business. He ain't gon' sit back, he gon' go and get it. He'll be right there when you
1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Hey, look, we've been having another powerful conversation. We're trying to get to a lot of the stories that we didn't make it to during the week. It was a lot. Sometimes we don't get to everything, but on Fridays, I try to get to the stories that didn't make the cut during the week so we can get y'all reactions. Many times these stories is sometimes unbelievable, like the amputee, the quadruple amputee out here shooting people. And I look in the chat, I look in the talk to text, they said Tory, the paraplegic, owned a Tesla. Because the Teslas can self-drive. So he just hit the getaway button. Just started taking off. That's how he got away. He couldn't reach the steering wheel, couldn't reach the gas. But in the Tesla, I forgot that you can just put it on autopilot. And if you pre-program the routes, and you can use voice control. Hey, look, let me tell you something. No, I'm talking about they showed him able to shoot, so he don't need no help with that. But what I'm saying is to drive off from the scene. Somebody said he may have owned a Tesla. They hit the getaway button and then drive down a few alleys and stuff like that. Got it pre-programmed in the system. What Mo the Elephant says, he says, I don't blame anyone on the lifestyle right now. Oh, he's talking about the woman that's on Tinder swindling people. He said, I don't blame anyone in that lifestyle right now. Gas is high, groceries is high. Nothing wrong with having sugar dripping from somewhere right now. It's sugar time. That's what he said. They said it's inflation and went up. It's sugar time. Find you a sugar mama. Find you a sugar daddy. Hey, be a sugar baby. I don't know. I think it's too much that come with that, because if I'm paying you for your affection, and that could be prostitution. And if you cross state lines, you might end up like P. Diddy. Hey, what if you take a sugar mama or a sugar baby across state lines and you paying? They might use the Jack Johnson rule on you, the Mann Act on you. You might get hit with the Mann Act. Sincere Running Ray Real says that the officer that was doing all the corruption that texts somebody's address to their ops, they said, oh, hold on, wait a minute. No, that's not the right officer. He's talking about the flock camera officer. He said if the flock camera officer would have caught his ex-girlfriend with the guy that he was looking for, he could have hired the amputee guy for hire. Wow. The cop spying on his girl, he could have hired the guy that was pulling up on people, the quadruple amputee, to handle the job, to handle the mission. Nobody would ever expect them pulling up, though. Nobody would ever expect getting, that would be almost a perfect hitman. Nobody would ever think somebody with no arms, no legs was going to blast. Hey, it can get wild out here in these streets. Y'all got to keep y'all head on the swivel, Truth Nation, because these stories is crazy. And now you got to be careful when you on these dating apps, because they paying for comfort, cash for comfort. Some of y'all over this weekend, y'all trying to pay some cash for comfort. Y'all trying to go out on a date, get somebody all, in a space where you giving the cash and you want the comfort. You expect the comfort at the end of the night. Well, I got this other story. They're saying that up in Utah, they got a mom accused of kidnapping boy, says the boy bullied her child. The Utah mom took action into her own hands. She kidnapped the boy for bullying her child. Now, she then went and got in trouble trying to help a situation going on with bullying. I want to hear what happened to her. If you're watching this, we broadcast live. We got some video on this. Let's listen.
Tonight, this Utah mom could face jail time for allegedly kidnapping an 11-year-old boy for bullying her daughter at school. The boy's mother, Amberly Colazzo, says her son is traumatized by the incident.
Grabbed him by the arm and said he was going with her to apologize to her daughter, and she put him in her vehicle.
It happened last September in Provo, according to court documents, which detail how 40-year-old Shannon Tafuga allegedly drove around looking for the boy, wanting to confront him about bullying her child. She made him get into her vehicle before taking him to her home to have him apologize and threatened to have her husband beat him up.
Oh, wow.
And they basically opened their door and told him to get the F out, and he ran all the way home.
Tafuga, who the city says no longer works as a crossing guard at the children's school, is now facing second-degree felony kidnapping and aggravated child abuse charges.
These are serious charges.
They are very serious charges. I think we recognized from the outset that this isn't your typical child kidnapping case. This is not the way to address bullying or to try and stand up for your child.
Tafuga's attorney calls the allegations not accurate and a symptom of, quote, an erosion of traditional family values where children were once held accountable by their own parents. She'll appear in court next month.
Now, I got a lot of parents that call me and talk about they finna do this and that. They got high blood pressure over somebody bullying their child up at the school. I've been talking about this for a while now, and like I get calls from parents to say, hey, look, we trying to go through the right measures. My daughter has been physically assaulted. My son have been physically abused by bullies, and nothing is being done. And if this keeps going on, I'm gonna have to do something because it ain't nothing being done. I hear conversation like this all the time. And I try to just go and intervene and call for a meeting with the principal and things like that, and try to make sure that they know that the community is watching the situation. Then sometimes they'll get some things done. Then I found out if the child has an IEP and they bullying kids, they can't suspend them. They can't do nothing to a child with IEP that's bullying kids in school. Like, that's what I was told. This is what they telling the parents too. This is something that even the woman we brought in, the healthcare professional that was dealing with a lot of these things, they said that the IEP children, when they out there harassing other students, it's not much they can do to a child that has IEP. So either we gonna have to change the rules or get them more isolated or not around a bunch of kids or something. Because why are you letting this one kid put terror into and fear into the education system where they supposed to be there to learn, but now they're afraid to go to school because this kid, nothing can be done to this kid, and they punching them in the face and snatching their hair out. So that to me is a lot. That's crazy. They need to change that or come up with a better strategy when you got one kid terrorizing everybody, and now the mother and the father in many cases are frustrated about this. I'm working on a lot of things right now with the bullying in the schools, but that took me back. I couldn't believe it. They said that if a child has an IEP, there's nothing they can do about it. Well, I remember back in the day, they had special schools for kids that had IEP. Like, they just put them in a whole different school. They wasn't in there with the regular kids. It was just a whole school building for them. Special education. Well, look, when we come back, Truth Nation, I want to get into this. I guess a couple things going on in Milwaukee. I guess we got to talk about the MPS cuts. The teachers union is upset about these cuts that's being made with MPS right now. And also, a Milwaukee lawsuit is targeting a landlord with over 200 nuisance properties. We want to talk about that as well in the 3 o'clock hour. Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Breaking down the issues that shape our city and our future.
Another function of white supremacy, don't teach black people stuff, because if you give us a little bit of knowledge, we'll invent something totally new. That's why it was illegal to teach slaves to read, because if we could read, then we could write. And if we could write, we could communicate. And if we could communicate, we could plan. And if we could plan, we could strategize. And if we can plan and write and read and communicate and strategize, we could overthrow white supremacy, because they've always known how fragile it is.
It's The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, weekdays from 9 to noon.
People don't realize that glaucoma is one of the leading causes of blindness.
Because there are often no early symptoms, nearly half of those with glaucoma may not even know they have it until vision loss has occurred.
I was diagnosed with normal tension glaucoma in July of 2020. And what we found out at that point was I had already lost 40% of my sight. And you think it only affects people that are, 75 or older, retired, grandparents, and that's not the reality of it.
I didn't think at all glaucoma was going to affect me because I didn't know of anyone that had glaucoma, no one in my family. When you have glaucoma, you can't get back that sight that you lost. And so early detection and treatment is vitally, vitally important.
Don't miss life's most beautiful moments. Schedule an eye exam today.
National Glaucoma Research, a Bright Focus Foundation program, offers free resources and tips for healthy vision.
Learn how to protect your sight at stopglaucoma.org.
When I was diagnosed with Hodgkin lymphoma, I had so many questions. I didn't even know that it was cancer. Now I do. It is cancer. Blood cancer. It's actually one of more than 100 different types, and they're all treated differently. Now, unlike some other forms of cancer, usually there's no tumor. You can't screen for it to prevent it, and the symptoms can look like other things, so it could be hard to diagnose. I had a fever for weeks. I was so tired all the time. I didn't feel like eating or doing anything else for that matter. And I know that this can feel scary. But if you know what to look out for, you'll know what to tell your doctor. And you'll feel more empowered to take the next steps. Like getting in touch with the people who know the ins and outs and can help with everything blood cancer related. Blood Cancer United. They work one-on-one with each person who reaches out to answer questions and offer resources. Blood Cancer United was there for me, and they can be there for you.
Go to bloodcancerunited.org to learn more.
You are listening to the home of Milwaukee's realest conversations. 1017 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Justice, Wisconsin, the truth. The most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM. The movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory, Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4, we about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice. We want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory, Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 101.7 The Truth. Thank you for joining me for the third hour of the Tory Lowe Show. And I want to talk about a couple things from MPS that's going on and from the city. They making moves right now. They making some moves. MPS, a lot of people are talking about the cuts. The teachers union is out there being vocal about how disappointed they are and the cuts being made, even giving Castelia some backlash on her, the way she operating in Milwaukee, and even throwing some things back to where she came from. Like, her past. So if y'all knew all of this, why y'all make her the superintendent? But I need y'all to hear this for yourself. MPS cuts face backlash If you're watching this, we broadcast live. We got video on this. Let's listen.
$50 million deficit. We for sure are not going to be able to do business the same way we've always done business. A $50 million deficit. We for sure are not going to be able to do business the same way we've always done business.
Closing a $46 million gap. That's the goal for Superintendent Brenda Cassellius as she plans to cut hundreds of roles in the Milwaukee Public School District next school year.
Change is just hard. It's just hard. Every single one of our employees are so important.
But some others think this change about to happen at MPS isn't just difficult.
MTEA is sending up a distress signal.
President Ingrid Walker-Henry with the Milwaukee Teachers Education Union thinks it's wrong.
We're talking about art teachers, music teachers, physical education teachers, counselors, things that the voters of Milwaukee actually passed a referendum for.
The district said about 200 staff members will be impacted, and of those, no classroom teachers, counselors, or social workers will be cut. But MTEA says otherwise.
Staffing is being cut to the extent that they're concerned about student safety.
We just have to for sure know our budget situation, where we're at with that after these cuts are made in order to make those decisions. So I'm asking my principals, be patient with us.
Wow. Now, I've looked at some things posted online from the Milwaukee Teachers Association, and they let out a whole bunch of things in this, what they call a press release. But this is the part of the press release toward the bottom that I had to read out to Truth Nation. They said, we currently are in a repeat of what Superintendent Cassellius did in Boston, which paralyzed that school district. The school board and Office of Accountability cannot allow this type of dysfunction that is harmful to students and staff. Now, listen, they saying, now you hired this woman, gave her the highest salary that you ever gave a superintendent. Now here come the union talking about what she did in Boston. See, this is where I say she probably had to make the tough calls. And a lot of these superintendents, when they get in the seat, they listen to the teachers union, they listen to the board members. Sometimes they play along, kind of kick the can down the road. Work under these extreme budgets and try to keep everything together under budgets that are just misuse of funds, however they got in debt. And she just came in and said, okay, we finna make these cuts. We no longer kicking this can down the road. So she may not be playing with the status quo here. So when they start digging up your background, you're not a part of the status quo right now. So she probably came in and irritated everybody. They probably thought she was going to be sitting there and do that puppet type stuff where, you got to address a deficit. And if it's 50 million, close to 50 million, cuts got to be made even if you like the cuts or not. What are you going to do, keep all these people and continue to go into debt? Or are you going to really make the cuts that need to be made, the tough decision? That was a tough decision. I'm not in the boardrooms or nothing like that. I don't know what they did at the private meeting, the closed meeting that they had, I think last week or so with the superintendent. But $50 million got to be budgeted in a bad budget. She inherited this bad budget crisis, and now she's under attack. But I'll say this, why would they even say that this is a repeat of Cassellius, what she did in Boston, which paralyzed that district? So if you knew she paralyzed the district, how did she become the superintendent right here at MPS? And how did that other guy from Minnesota become the financial person in MPS when in Minnesota they was under investigation for millions of dollars being misused in Minnesota? So you telling me we got somebody from Boston that, according to the teachers union or this press release, they saying that she paralyzed the school district in Boston. This is basically what they saying. And now you telling me that we also got somebody out of Minnesota doing some finances that where he left is under investigation for millions of dollars being misused. So we got two people here where according to the teachers union, or at least the superintendent in this press release, have done some things in a past school district that they're asking that cannot happen or allow to happen right here in the city of Milwaukee. But y'all brought her in. I'm just saying. So now you know what she did in Boston. Understand what I'm saying, Truth Nation? The games. It don't sound like Caselli is doing the playing around to get along with these people. Because that's when you know it's when they start bringing up your past, they trying to get rid of you. Talking about she paralyzed the district in Boston. But now she had MPS where the test scores is low and it's a lot of problems. So, like I said, this is how they do. This is how they do. This is what they doing. They don't like her, to me. They don't like her. It's like, hey, it is what it is. I'm going to keep an eye on this. I'm going to keep an eye on this situation because it sounds like it's getting nasty. They don't want the cuts. They don't want nobody to make the tough decisions on making the cuts. We just did a referendum. What happened to the referendum money? Hey. Also, Milwaukee lawsuit from the city targeting landlord with to have over 200 nuisance properties. They're targeting this landlord or these companies with a total of 200 nuisance properties. We got some video and some audio on this if you're watching this broadcast live. This is the city of Milwaukee targeting slumlords. Let's listen.
On a short walk around this north side neighborhood, a few properties stick out.
Broken glass up there, another hole.
They all have one thing in common, the company that owns them.
I see a squalor. I see shame.
Thursday, a coalition of community organizations and the city announced legal action.
It is time to go. We are evicting you.
The city of Milwaukee filing 2 lawsuits against Highgrove Holdings, saying it's neglected more than 200 properties. It's asking the court to declare Highgrove a nuisance and for a third party to be appointed.
We have a powerful tool and we're using it today.
This property has sat deteriorating and vacant since 2021. The city says Highgrove bought it for $9,000 and now owns $30,000 in property taxes.
We want to see the boards come off this house. Yes. We want to see windows restored.
Tenants share their stories, from mold to a collapsed ceiling falling on one person.
I was rushed to the hospital and everything.
All right. Hey, I'll say this. This seems like they're trying to attack some of these slumlords. So when they go through the process and they use it, do they lose the property? They said they was $30,000 behind in property taxes. What happens here? What are they? I mean, I guess there's something that they have a plan on doing with the property, but 200 properties in the city sitting in ruins, mold issues, structured issues, things like that. I heard somebody said that all they have to do is get property in the city, drive the value down, and then sell it. And then that's kind of like the beginning of gentrification, where they get the property value down low enough for the corporations to come in and buy it up, and then they'll start the gentrification process in poor communities. I thought that this was what I heard. That was a strategy that was used to, when they want to come in poor communities, they'll just buy the houses, hold them, the dilapidated ideas, make the value in the area go down, and then come and try to buy up the whole block. So it sounds like that to me. And the city, this ain't the first landlord that slumlord idea. Now, this is the first time I'm hearing a Hydro. What was the name of the company? Hydro Holdings or something like that? I don't know. But this is the first time I heard of them They got 200 properties. You know they just ragging on Barada. You know, Barada Properties, it's a lot of slumlord ideas going on in the city of Milwaukee. I've never heard of this company, but maybe they just have just crappy houses boarded up all over the place. Maybe they're just getting the houses that the city's selling them for the dirt, and they just keeping them boarded up.
A new enemy has entered the chat.
Hey, a new enemy has entered the chat, and they trying to do something. We gonna see how that works out. But once again, hey, you know, why don't they let the community get these properties? You know, I don't know what the plan is, but like I said, they say that when things happen like this is the beginning of gentrification in some of these areas. Hey, look, when we come back, we'll have more conversation. Truth Nation, stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app and 1017thetruth.com. Coming with straight truth.
We can do anything when it comes to being organized, when it comes to making sure that we're active, when it comes to making sure that we're holding people accountable and making sure that we get something out of the deal. Y'all don't know how to make deals. Y'all mad at Donald J. Trump because he's trying to make deals or trying to say that he's the master of the art of the deal. Well, okay, what deals is you trying to make?
Catch The Tory Lowe Show every weekday from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m.
Hi, this is Sherwin Hughes from 1017 The Truth, and I want to talk to you about something bigger than just buying a house. I'm talking about building a legacy. Owning a home isn't just about four walls and a roof. It's about giving your kids a place where memories are made, where birthdays are celebrated, and where they always belong. It's about planting roots, knowing your neighbors, waving from the porch, and being a part of a community that feels like family. If you've been renting and wondering if home ownership is even possible, Axe Housing is here to work with you. An Axe Housing coach will help you create a plan, a budget, and move step by step toward owning a place you can truly call your own. They've already helped over 4,000 families become homeowners, and many are paying less than they were paying for rent. Don't let where you are today stop your family's tomorrow. Start your journey at axehousing.org. That is ACTShousing.org. Your legacy begins at home.
Sweet Talk's Medical Spa in Menominee Falls. Skip the sterile clinical office feel. Sweet Talk stays on the cutting edge of beauty and wellness innovations in a vibrant, playful space promoting self-love and confidence. Sweet Talk specializes in a range of treatments including injectables, medical-grade skincare, weight loss, hormone therapies, and more. Not sure where to start? Sweet Talks offers comprehensive wellness consultations to create a customized plan centered around you. Because at Sweet Talks, your goals are their goals. Learn more at sweettalks.com.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Happy kids heal faster, and that's why Starlight is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids across the U.S. Learn how at starlight.org.
Hurt by a truck? Call Gruber offices. One call, that's all.
This is The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Tory Lowe, 1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. The Analysis Live, one of the biggest nights in Wisconsin, is tonight at the Riverside Theater this March 27th. Hey, look, we got the 2-for-1. We got the 2-for-1. You buy one ticket, and ESPN Wisconsin is going to buy the other ticket. All you got to do is type in code ESPN WIBOGO, and you'll have that 2-for-1. Go to TALiveshow.com. That's where you get the tickets. Once again, the Analysis Live. Ric Flair will be in the building. I will be in the building tonight. I cannot wait to see the show tonight. I'm excited. Once again, 2 for 1. Buy one, we buy the other. ESPN Wisconsin. Put in the code ESPN WIBOGO. Go to TALiveshow.com. That's where you get the tickets. I will see y'all tonight at the Riverside Theater. It's going to be powerful. Salute to the Analysis Live. Also, I want to talk about, we got breaking news. Something going on with Tiger Woods. Andrew, what's going on?
Yeah, breaking news. Tiger Woods was involved in a rollover crash in Jupiter Island, Florida earlier today. No details yet on the cause of the crash or Tiger Woods' conditions. Now, the sheriff's supposed to speak today at 4 p.m. Central Time to give us an update. So
Tiger Woods is involved in the car accident right now. Let's send up prayers. Hopefully it's not too bad. Sometimes when we don't know the severity of the car accident, but we will, if we can get more details while the show is going on before the show is over with, we'll try to make sure we keep everybody informed on what happened with Tiger Woods. Once again, Tiger Woods have been involved in a car accident. They didn't say if he was in the hospital. Was it severe? The condition? Critical
in the
condition?
hospital, we don't know how severe it is.
Okay. Hey, once again, prayers out to Tiger Woods. Breaking news. Tiger Woods involved in a car accident. Also, I want to go over to Baton Rouge, Louisiana, where Louisiana State Police promoted the trooper to a sergeant weeks after he was disciplined for slapping a handcuffed inmate. They gave him a promotion after he slapped a handcuffed inmate. We got the story if you're watching as we broadcast live. Let's listen.
Law enforcement agency. It's a slap by a Louisiana state trooper seen around the state. For months, state police denied our public records requests for copies of these videos. Then, WAFB filed a lawsuit, and District Judge Will Jordan ordered them to hand it over. Trooper Matthew Clare is seen on 2 surveillance videos in the Avoyelles Parish Jail, slapping a handcuffed man during an arrest 4 years ago. Corruption watchdog Raphael Goyeneche leads the Metropolitan Crime Commission and says what he saw in that video should have led to criminal charges for the state trooper.
What the trooper did was commit a battery on that suspect because the suspect was not a threat to the trooper.
The slap happened after Trooper Matthew Clare took the man into custody for DWI following a crash.
As a director of finance, I'm managing.
Oh, wow. All right, well, I don't know, Andrew. That looks crazy to me that this trooper slapped this man. Then he got promoted. Then he got a promotion shortly after that. And they said that the state trooper now earns more than $115,000 annually. This is what they're saying. Master Trooper Matthew Clare was promoted to rank of sergeant at the Troop E, according to the memo sent to all state police, where he now earns more than $115,000 annually after that slap. So you get promoted for doing things like this. That's crazy. And you can tell that he slapped him in the handcuffs, and you can look at the inmate like, oh my good, you just slapped me? But sometimes when you get that badge on and they be in them facilities, they know it's hard for those prisoners to really make some noise because they're on the inside. And many times, by the time we get it, how long? This happened a while ago. 4 years ago. So now we just now seeing the video. So they know, okay, when I do this, it's not going to be easy for the inmate to work from the inside to get the information out to the outside. That's why I say, y'all inmates, y'all got to file grievances all the time. Anything that happens, y'all got to file grievances, stock up a paper trail, always note where the camera's at. So if something happened in front of a certain camera, write that down in the grievance at the date and the time. They got to be so on it for anything to happen when you're on the inside. But like I said, here go once again, an officer taking advantage of the fact that he is an officer, state trooper, slapping the inmate. And it was a weak slap. You know, it was a hard slap, but it was weak because he kind of moved his head to the side and was like, okay, did y'all see this? Now you got witnesses there that saw the slap. I wonder, did they come forward and try to, you know, give their side of the story, or was it in favor of the inmate or the law enforcement officer? Because sometimes that can happen too, where, you know, they gonna write it up to where it looked like the inmate had something to do with it. And thank God he got camera footage, because I would want to know how they wrote this up, what it looked like on paper, because sometimes what it looked like on paper totally different from how it looked on camera. Run that back. Look at how he slapped this man. He slapped this man right. It was somebody else in there. He looked like he slapped him as hard. He looked like he ain't got no power in the slap, because he slapped a handcuffed man and he still it just kind of, you know, brushed it off. But then you get a promotion for things like this. It's on camera, so you can't tell me when the promotion came up. You can't tell me when the promotion came up they didn't have this footage. That's all I'm saying. Like the thing is, what we got to understand with these stories is a lot of people wonder why I continue to try to help the brothers on the inside when they reach out to me. Why? Because situations like this, being treated inhumane. Should they do the crime? If they do the crime, do the time? Yes. Should they be in there? Should it be comfortable? I don't think so. You shouldn't want to go back there. But when they start doing this little extra, where they start abusing and beating them down and stumping them to the ground and things like that, a lot of people are like, well, they deserve it. They shouldn't have went to jail. I'm not one of those people. I'm gonna be like, okay, well, you doing your time. You already got 17-something years. You already got your life taken away from you. You already can't see your family members. You already, dealing with the elements of prison, period. That's a whole nother thing that you got to deal with, being inside those walls. It's a whole different world inside them jails. Then you got somebody that's supposed to be there to be an aid in the situation being a detriment. And we see it on the inside and we see it on the outside. Y'all talking about the people that's getting abused in jail shouldn't have never been there. Well, what about the citizens that's getting abused for basic traffic stops and things like that don't have no criminal history? It's abuse on the inside and on the outside. This is why I say we got to make sure we stay vigilant in that area when it comes to even inside the jails, and even us as citizens, many times are victims of excessive force. Brewer said it took 4 years for the promotion. Besides, he was driving drunk and crashed into somebody allegedly. I don't know. I don't know what that was. I don't know what he did. I mean, I don't go by that. I mean, I'm going by the actions of what I seen in the video. Now, there's some people that I believe that, I don't even know if I should say that. I mean, some people that done some things that I didn't think being sentenced was good enough. So extra stuff should have happened. Matter of fact, I saw a post and I shared it. And this is out of Idaho. Let me go to my Facebook. I shared it on my Facebook, Tory Lowe on Facebook. This is a post that I saw. Idaho has authorized firing squads for convicted pedophiles. Andrew, look this up, Idaho and the firing squad idea. They saying that Idaho is working to revive the firing squad for pedophiles. I shared it on my page, and this happened today. Somebody brought this to my attention today. But like I said, sometimes, prison ain't good enough. Some people have done so much harmful things to people in the community that some states have death penalties. And I seen the firing squad idea, and a lot of people, yeah. But is it true? Is that something that they're doing? I mean, I just want you to look it up. Yeah. So this is actually something that they're considering. Somebody just sent me this today. I'm just looking at it. I shared it because they had some information on there from the legislation ideas that they're trying to create this or make this a real thing.
Yeah, so it's only if lethal injection isn't preferred.
Okay, so if they don't want to be lethally injected, then they can die by the firing squad.
Right.
And is this only for convicted pedophiles?
No, this is for anybody convicted for
anything.
Yeah.
I don't want to do the electric chair.
Lethal injection, but yeah.
Lethal injection. Let me do the firing squad.
Potentially, yeah.
Oh, wow.
This was signed into law in May of 2025, so they say it takes effect July 1st, 2026.
Okay, so this July.
This July, yeah.
Okay, all I'm saying is a lot of people believe that criminals wouldn't do harsh things to people in the community if they had the firing squad or electric chair. Wisconsin doesn't have the death penalty. So, hey, a lot of people, they say that they may reduce crime. Having that kind of those kind of penalties in the state, I don't know. But some people say that those are options. Hey, look, when we come back, we'll have more conversation. Truth Nation, stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Redlining happened here. Some neighborhoods are still left behind. When decisions are made about our blocks, our homes, and our families, we deserve to be heard. The Milwaukee County Office of Equity and Empower invites you to help us tell the story of wealth by taking a short survey online. What do you need to build wealth for your family, business, or neighborhood? Take the survey and be entered in to win concert tickets, cash prizes, and more. Take the survey now through the end of March at mkestoryofwealth.com. That's mkestoryofwealth.com.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Breaking down the issues that shape our city and our future.
The worst kind of whites, not that I'm picking on white folks, but you know how it goes, is the ones that think that they will lose something if this country becomes more fair and equal. I'm going to say that again. The worst kind of white people are the ones that think that if a black person gets a job and gets an opportunity and they ignore how hard the black person had to work and the racism, the bigotry, and the discrimination, and just how people turn their noses up at smart black people. They hate us. And the black person works really hard and overcomes maybe generational curses of poor health and poverty and all of those things. And we got to deal with the police and the criminal justice system that doesn't often have our backs. And then the black person gets a job, gets an opportunity, and a white person sees that and thinks that they lost. Those are the worst kind.
It's The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, weekdays from 9 to noon. Catch it live on YouTube or tune in to 1017 The Truth.
You served behind the desk.
You served in combat.
You did 4 years and got out.
You were drafted.
You gave 20 years.
You gave exactly what your country needed.
And so did you.
When you raised your hand and swore an oath to your country, when you put your name on a dotted line, you became part of only 1% of Americans who did the same. You are a veteran.
You are a veteran.
You are a veteran. Because no matter when, where, or how you served, you made a sacrifice for your country, and you deserve support.
If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
Reach out to a loved one, to a fellow veteran, to VA.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat.
Conflict in the Middle East, mixed feelings about artificial intelligence, and more are causing turbulence in markets. But when things are volatile, John Rogers sees opportunity. Rogers is founder, chairman, and co-CEO of Ariel Investments, one of the largest and longest-running black-owned investment firms in the country. Recently, he spoke at Bloomberg Invest and said that while AI-related stocks are booming, he's concerned about long-term success.
What happens when these types of booms happen, there's so many companies that everyone gets excited about. There's going to be a few that'll be the long-term winners, but it's very, very difficult to see that. In this country's history, there were many, many automakers before things focused on Chrysler, General Motors, and Ford. Trying to pick which are going to be the ultimate winners is exceedingly difficult.
Instead, Rogers focuses on companies and sectors that need human intervention to succeed. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
This True Sports Update is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Andrew Zimmel. Brewers baseball is back with a big win, 14-2, to open the season against the Chicago White Sox on opening day Thursday. Manager Pat Murphy's happy with Jacob Mizorowski's first time starting on opening day.
I think he did some really good things, and he matured, which we're hoping for. And, I think that's the things to get excited about, what it means for the future.
Mizorowski's first start of the season, 11 strikeouts with 1 earned run. The Brewers pitching staff finished with 20 strikeouts overall in the game. Next up for the Brew Crew is a 6:10 first pitch Saturday against the Chicago White Sox. And Wisconsin's men's hockey with a win last night, 5-1 over Dartmouth in the NCAA tournament. It was the Badgers' first tournament win since 2010. They'll move on to the regional finals, 1 win away from the Final Four. This True Sports Update was powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Andrew Zimmel.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
.101.7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Joining me live on YouTube, advocate author Elizabeth Brown. How you doing, Queen?
Hey, salute King. It's Friday. You made it another week.
Hey, another week. It was a lot going on the show today, but I do want to get this story in. An influencer, now they're using the title influencer, was found guilty of destroying a marriage, and in this state she lost. They're saying that she has to pay $40,000. For breaking up the marriage, the influencer. We got some audio on this. I want to get your reaction to this.
Okay.
If you watch this, we broadcast live. We got video. Let's listen.
Yes, I do.
North Carolina TikToker Brene Kennard back on the stand, now ordered to pay $40,000 while she appeals a verdict involving a social media love triangle.
Is it fair to say that you have gotten some payments just from people visiting your page due to this case? Yes. Do you expect that to last? Probably not.
In November, Kennard was ordered to pay $1.75 million after being found liable of ruining a marriage. A lawsuit filed in Durham County accused Kennard, who has nearly 3 million TikTok followers, of having an affair with her manager, Tim Montague. The suit was brought by the manager's now ex-wife, Akira Montague, who cited North Carolina's alienation of affection law. It allows a spouse to sue the person they blame for an affair that ends a marriage. Today, reviewing bank statements, Kennard told a judge the trial hurt her ability to make money from brands online.
Since the allegations that have been upon me, stalker, a Jezebel, a liar, it really just doesn't look good to the public eye.
Meanwhile, Montague's lawyers said Kennard can pay, but is spending
They hit her for $40K. But I did look up in the state of Wisconsin that adultery is against the law.
Absolutely.
Technically, it's a class I felony.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Do you think people should be prosecuted for breaking up marriages? Happy homes.
I mean, I think the adulterer in the marriage should be charged. I don't think the person outside of the marriage should be charged anything. I think that falls on the person who decided to stand before God and take them vows.
Right.
However, uh, the side, I guess the side, the side pieces. I mean,
They making
if she
songs
ain't
about
got
the
40,000.
side piece.
Hey, look, you play stupid game, you win stupid prizes. There's a consequence for your actions. So again, I would say because especially if you went in knowing what you was doing, you damn right. Run me my 40K.
Hey,
Run
I think
run
they
me my
reduced it to
40K.
40K because I think they had her in the millions at first, and then I think she went back to court and they got her for 40K. But what I'm saying is, because I know that when I looked it up the last time it was illegal, it was a Class I felony in Wisconsin. But you don't hardly see people going
Filing
to jail.
for it.
You don't.
No.
It's like, is it something that we just don't do, or is
It's
we
something
don't know
that we
about
just
it?
don't do. It's
Okay.
something that we just don't do. I mean, majority of the time, I think when you in a relationship and you done been violated in that way of somebody, you just want them gone. You just want the divorce. You ain't trying to prolong it, court, having to testify and all that. But some people, I mean, I don't know nobody who has, I know people who've been divorced due to adultery, but I don't know nobody that went to the extra extent to get a person charged either. They was just ready for it to be over with, pretty much.
Well, they
But
say enforcement is extremely rare, but I don't think nobody even makes a fuss. And they say that
they don't.
penalties for this offense can include a fine up to $10,000 or imprisonment for up to 3.5 years or both.
But again, I think if it was monetarily, more people would do it. But if they were gaining, like old girl, like she finna get 40K, because I mean that's enough money to start over. But again, the question is, what did the husband, the cheating spouse, get? Okay, you got the side piece. She having to pay what she weigh, but what is the repercussions of the cheating spouse?
That's what I'm saying. Does it come from? Because it looks like they're targeting the influencer and not
absolutely
the spouse, like you said. But is there? I think it seems like this is a law for somebody that's interfering with a marriage. Many times you got to say no. You married.
And I think the fault should be on the person who decided to stand before God, because I mean, technically, I don't feel like the side piece. She not obligated to nobody. Do it mean that she gonna have karma, and hopefully one day she gonna get married and it's gonna happen to her what she done to somebody else? Absolutely. However, again, I just want to know who put that law together. Where the side piece have to
somebody
pay.
that was in that got cheated on.
You know what I'm saying?
And
Like
one of them politicians up there was like, I'm gonna make a law. This ain't gonna never happen to nobody else again.
Hey, so what do the adulterer get though? Like, I mean, what's the consequences?
When you get a divorce, they can slam you with, alimony.
Alimony. Yeah.
It's a lot of penalties just off of no adultery that you could get in a divorce.
If they're going after her though, because she was an influencer.
I don't know. You
clearly,
may have to call Georgia and try to talk to a lawmaker down there how they got it wrote up or something, because I don't see it going on right. I done dealt with a lot of situations in the state of Wisconsin, and somebody trying to get somebody for cheating on them. Well, I done seen regular people in domestic situations that ain't married. A lot of stuff go on with that, but I ain't never seen nobody take somebody to court for adultery and try to get them put in jail.
That part, again, like I said, usually when you find out, you be wanting out. You ain't trying to testify and you just get it over. Like, give me my divorce so I can go about my business. Because again, when it's over, it's over. I don't have time to do the extras. However, a lot of people don't know about it. So again, if you out there cheating, if your spouse done cheated, know that in Wisconsin, it is against the law and it's a class I felony. So you can pursue that.
Oh, wow.
Just for the cheaters. I
Hey,
mean,
look.
hey.
Hey, 9834 in the talk to text says, yes, North Carolina do not play about that cheating stuff. You break up a marriage, you gonna pay for it. Remember, Fantasia got sued too. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. Wow. Hey, again, for all the homewreckers in North Carolina, sit down.
Hey.
Sit down, especially if you ain't got 40K to give. Like she apparently, she was making a little money from her, social influence. But again, hopefully she learned her lesson because now she got to pay what she weighs. So, I mean,
and she looked like she weighing. She can get on the scale and weigh. She definitely paying like she weigh.
Absolutely.
Hey, look, when we come back, Elizabeth Brown, I want to get your final thoughts on the week. Truth Nation, stay locked in.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Truth Nation is the best fan base in the country.
This is my first time calling in, but I listen to you all the time, and I appreciate you and Elizabeth Brown and everything you stand for and everything that you do. So I want to say thank you so much for being you.
We want you to tap into the talk and text line every show, every day at 833-212-1017.
Hey, man, this station is on fire the last couple days.
Milwaukee Black Talk, 1017 The Truth.
Hi, this is Sherwin Hughes from 1017 The Truth, and I want to talk to you about something bigger than just buying a house. I'm talking about building a legacy. Owning a home isn't just about four walls and a roof. It's about giving your kids a place where memories are made, where birthdays are celebrated, and where they always belong. It's about planting roots, knowing your neighbors, waving from the porch, and being a part of a community that feels like family. If you've been renting and wondering if home ownership is even possible, Axe Housing is here to work with you. An Axe Housing coach will help you create a plan, a budget, and move step by step toward owning a place you can truly call your own. They've already helped over 4,000 families become homeowners, and many are paying less than they were paying for rent. Don't let where you are today stop your families tomorrow. Start your journey at axehousing.org. That is ACTShousing.org. Your legacy begins at home.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on where you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
I'm Sherwin Hughes, and I know the power of Stars and Stripes Honor Flight firsthand. As someone who's been on an honor flight, I can tell you it's a day you'll never forget. Stars and Stripes Honor Flight gives our oldest veterans who served in any location in June of 1975 or earlier a free one-day trip to Washington, D.C. for veterans. Airfare, meals, a coach bus tour, and special flight apparel are all included. It's a day of honor, gratitude, and camaraderie. Veterans who served in the Vietnam or Korean War go to flySSHF.org and ask for an application.
Wisconsin is as hard-working of a place as you'll ever find. People here are tough, but even the toughest among us need help after a serious accident. At Gruber Law Offices, we won't stop fighting for you and your family. One call, that's all.
Prizes, exclusive experiences, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting truthcontests.com. That's truthcontests.com.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
I get the pesos. Got a lot of brothers, some of them play bros. They don't want to say it, but they hate Lowe.
1017 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. Elizabeth Brown, another long week, a lot of things going on in the city and around and about across the world, but we got through another week.
Hey, we made it, King. Hey, it's a blessing. A lot has taken place this week. I just hope that, out of everything that we're learning, we're finding ourselves in a greater space, whether it's knowledge wise, spirituality wise, or just the ability to know that things are changing. And it's about how you look at things, how you receiving things. In the city of Milwaukee, the veil is being lifted as far as the misleadership that's sitting at the head of these tables, the confusion that they causing, the work that they not doing is just so blatantly obvious. I just, in trying times, I would just like to say, the illusion of um, believing that it takes time to change uh, is the biggest lie that was ever told. You can change your mind in your life in the moment that you decide to change, and then your life starts to align in your ability to change your mind. And salute to you for being that platform that has always um, encouraged our people to understand that they have the power to change their mind, to change their lives, to do things differently, to ask questions, to not pick a side, to stand in the aisle. Because knowledge is power. Knowing better helps you do better. And in this week, alone is just showing us that we can no longer stand by and believe that the individuals who are telling us something but not doing anything are the ones to go to. That they have any more power or knowledge because they have letters behind their name. It's the people who get up every day with the intent to do better, that get up every day and go to work. We are the individuals that's changing the trajectory of what the next 10 generations look like. And so I would say that this Friday, it's not about you continue to fall for the illusions that certain things take time. Because when we allow these misleaders to stand in our face and say, give them time, no, we need to have clarity because it don't take time to change anything. You can change in a moment of clarity to know that if they've been lying all of this time and we have no results, we have no relief, that it's time for us to do something different. And in that moment of clarity, when it's time to vote, when it's time to approach these individuals with the facts about what's not changing, how we're not safe, how we're not feeling safe, how these individuals can come up with these laws to lock us up or lock our children up, but not, they have the dollars, but they're not using the dollars to make sense to be proactive. Like what we were talking about yesterday when it came to the youth being down on Water Street. Why can't we take these dollars knowing that summer is coming and put together programs to keep them out the street? Because again, we have to ask ourselves, what is there put in place for these children to do? We know MPS has lessened everything. Okay, like there's no activities or anything for these kids to do. So what in idle time is the devil's time. So to prevent them being down on Water Street, let's get some programs together. Let's put the dollars to these programs that individuals have that we've had come out to your cleanups who doing positive things for the youth. How about set up, some programs to prevent them being down on Water Street at that time of the night? But however, I don't want to be long-winded on this Friday. It's a beautiful Friday. And I'll just say, Truth Nation, salute to you for being open-minded enough to listen to all sides before you decide to make that informed decision for you and your family, King. And we working. I'm just grateful that we're moving in the right direction, even though we being bombarded with the worst things that's taking place, they highlighting all the bad stuff. But again, your show every day shows the power of the people, of the righteousness that's exposing the wicked. And I'm just so grateful to be a part of that.
Hey, look, Queen,
On
look,
this
check this
Friday.
out. I also want to ask you the question of the day, too. I want to throw that. I want to throw that out there. Casket wrapping is becoming a new popular way to memorialize loved ones at these funerals. They wrapping the caskets now, and we took a poll. Would they get the casket wrap? What are they saying in the poll, Andrew? What they talking about?
85% say no, Tory.
85% of people say they don't want their casket wrapped. But, it's something that's happening right now. I have never thought that this was something that, I see different ways people want to go out or memorialize a loved one. But would you like your casket wrapped with the Elizabeth Brown, with the Lizzie B, with the Busy Bee on there?
I don't even want a casket. I'm getting cremated.
Oh, okay.
I don't even want a casket.
He can wrap the urn.
No, I think that's a waste of money. I want my daughter to do something, buy some land or something with my insurance money. Don't waste my money on, the wraps or whatever. All I'm saying is don't wrap my casket. Wrap me with some love while I'm here. I don't care when I'm gone, I can't see it no way, However, salute to the creative mind that decided to use the wraps for the caskets. Because again, I'm with the entrepreneurship, and if somebody want theirs wrapped, then I say go ahead and do that. Right. But cremate me, ashes to ashes, dust to dust for me. Like.
Hey, well,
I don't even want a casket.
Andrew, did we get him as a guest? I guess we got him coming in. Next week Friday? Okay, we're going to have the guy that wraps the caskets to come in.
Hey, salute to that king.
Next week Friday. Hey, look, I want to know. This is something that I just got on my radar. So I didn't know that.
Hey,
that was
if you're wrapping cars, why not wrap a casket?
He said
I think it's real.
He kind of found out
cute
after he got finished wrapping cars.
I think it's powerful, especially, when you see the little kids caskets that got Spider-Man and stuff on it. Like, again,
Bluey
to
on
each
there.
his
Got the
own.
Bluey on there.
Absolutely. So I think it's powerful. Salute to that king. Like I said, creative minds. And like we stated, if you create the lane, then the people gonna come. So don't sleep on your creativity. If you've been blessed with that idea, it can make you money.
Hey,
so salute.
Hey, look, if they paying for it, hey, he created it.
Period. Period.
Well, look, I appreciate you for tapping in. It's been a long week, but hey, look, we're going to have some fun this weekend. I guess hopefully the weatherman, whoever controlling the weather, put some nice weather on for the weekend.
Hey, whether they do or don't, King, I'm going to make it do what it do. Like
you can flip heads and tails nowadays. It
might
be cold, it might be hot.
I'm not putting up my winter coat yet, okay? It's Wisconsin, so it is what it is.
All right, Queen. Look, I appreciate you for being on the front lines
Have a great weekend.
Have a great weekend. Fun, safe weekend.
Salute.
Hey, look, salute to everybody that joined the show in the chat. Another powerful chat all week long. I appreciate y'all for joining the conversation. Also, everybody that's out there in Radio Land, salute to you for listening in as usual. Look, it's always work to do, but we got to take some time out, relax, and enjoy our lives at the same time. I'll be out at the Analysis Live this evening at the Riverside Theater. Look, hopefully I'll see y'all outside. Once again, we got to make sure that once we receive the information, we take action, we get active to make things better in our neighborhoods. And all it takes is a decision to say, I'm going to do my little. So, hey, now everybody do a little, so nobody have to do a lot. And that's all, it's all to it. But look, did it happen overnight, what we're seeing? No. And will it be resolved overnight? The answer is no. It's going to take us to be consistent and about that action. Hey, look, keep your head on the swivel. Green don't always mean go. And look both ways before you cross the streets. Have a fun, safe weekend. Dr. Ken Harris up next. I love you.